Hello there, and welcome to the Chatterbox. How's everybody doing tonight? What's up, Mandy Mortem? Hope everything's doing well. Yes, so for those who are here, welcome back to the second installment of my playthrough for The Letter, a Pick Your Path visual novel horror game where we investigate the Ermengarde mansion. So, let's see here. Yeah, no, hopefully you all had a wonderful Father's Day. Hopefully everybody had a good time. Beautiful. What kind of sandwich are you having there, Mandy Modem? Either way, could you say one for me as well while you're at it? Yeah, so yeah, hopefully everybody's had a good weekend. I'm close to reaching 1,000 subscribers, so for those of you who are watching, if you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Sign up. Join the Chatterbox. Hit that red, beautiful, glowing subscribe button. Do me a solid one. Do yourself a solid one. It's been quite the journey with this YouTube channel, and I'm excited to take it to the next level. And thought, I'd mix up the content a little bit. So, yeah, pretty soon we're gonna jump here in this visual novel. But yeah, let's see. So last time we checked back, our characters, they're at the cinema watching one of the friends' short films, and they started noticing some creepy things, like. But yeah, if we look back here in our gallery, it looks like we've already started acquiring a couple new assets, items, sprites. Yeah, let's see. So I guess as we progress through the game, and depending on the different decisions that we make, we can unlock different content. So there's, let me see here. Yeah, no, it's very exciting. Yeah, no, it's definitely been a slow day. Mondays, I'm sure everybody is so excited to be back to work and everything, after quite the lovely weekend. And you know what? Summer solstice, it's over. But you know what? It's the beginning of an awesome summer. 2020 might be a shitty year, but you know what? We just got to make the best with what we got. So, you know what? I don't think I want to delay this any longer. Oh, P.A. Nightmares is in the house. He says, "How are you doing tonight, Chatter?" I am doing fantastic. I've had quite the lovely weekend so far. Been very busy with work, and my boss decided to give me a little bit of a break this time, and I got a 3-day weekend. I'm on day 2, and thought I'd just mix it up and just chill out, stream, hang out with you guys, see what's up. But no, it's great to see you. It's always great to see you. Alright then, without further ado then, let us jump back into our continuation of The Letter. Alright, so we're about to depart from our fellow friends after, going to the cinema. Also, do feel free to let me know if the audio is a little bit too loud, and I can definitely accommodate for that. Alright then.
Yeah, see ya!
Another glance, and with the final wave, we go off on our own ways. I'm gonna bring the microphone just a little bit closer, get that nice ASMR kind of sound to it. I don't know what I saw. I don't know what I heard. I don't want to know. And if this is what would help me sleep tonight, what would give back the normalcy in my life, then so be it. The darkness closes around me, grasping, pulling, engulfing me. The ground caves in, and without warning, I'm falling. My eyes snap open. Oh shit, this is her bedroom. For an instant, it doesn't immediately register where I am. Both my back and shoulders ache after I've fallen asleep, all hunched up in the night before. Drenched in sweat, the nest of pillows I often keep around me feels more suffocating than comforting. Local Legends Burton, welcome. It's so great to have you here at the Chatterbox. We're just getting started with our playthrough of the letter, so you came in just in time. Some things that I noticed, her friends weren't lying about how Becca was talking about all the ramen noodles, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, at least 8 that are within visible sight. Yeah, that's, I love me some ramen noodles, but even for me, that is quite a bit much. I'm going to bring the volume down just a little bit, and we'll jump back in here. Yeah, true that, bad vibes, yeah. It do be looking like mine, although I did spend my weekend, neating it up a little bit, wiping the dust off of my beautiful new PC that I built. Yeah, no, it's been great. Oh, that's so nice of you. Local Legends Burton says, "Big fan, love your work, and I listen to you at work. Great voice and love the channel." Thank you so much, man. That really means a lot, and it's always great to have you guys and chill out with me for a bit. It's nice. I love it. We can all share our passion for all things creepy here at the Chatterbox. All right, then let's continue. I let my eyes adjust to the bright morning light streaming through my window and allow my breathing to slow down before untangling myself from the pile. I haven't had a single dream since coming to Luxburn, or at least, none I can recall having. It's a shame because they used to be so vivid. Not the crazy vivid, but the more pleasant kind I'll tell my siblings about. Maybe it's just the stress of living alone. The knowledge that I'll always wake up in an empty apartment with no one to tell stories to.
What time is it?
Habit forces me to look over at the clock, even with the soreness weighing heavily on my shoulders and the compulsion to never leave my bed for the day. In a heartbeat, I'm up. Local Legend says, "New PC, congrats dude. I just rebuilt, but it's always fun." Not to interrupt. Hey, you're not interrupting. I'm here to engage with you guys and also to play a nice little video game. It's always great. I love when you guys can engage with me. I love to see your guys' comments, and yeah, don't apologize.
Oh man, of all the times to oversleep. Towel? Where's my towel?
Admittedly, it's a weekend. As an unspoken rule, that entitles me to extra hours of sleep. But if Rose didn't kill me yesterday, she sure as hell will now. And right after what happened, oh Lord, 1 box of donuts as peace and offering won't be enough the second time around. Grabbing my towel, I'm already a few short steps away from the bathroom when a muffled ringing breaks out from my bag. There's a moment of indecision at first. My mind conflicted whether I should just ignore or answer it. But what if it's Rose? Or worse, our boss? Ah, sheesh. In the end, the rational part of my brain wins out. The letter from yesterday peeks out when I pull the device out. Just the sight of it is enough to put me in a foul mood, and it takes every force of will for me to ignore it in favor of answering the call. The caller ID reads, Mama.
Huh?
It's around 4:45 p.m. in the Philippines right now.
That's an unusual time for them to call.
Usually, it's around noontime here, and I'm the one calling. not the other way around. Better for them to use that money on something else other than international call. Regardless, in the most cheerful tone I can gather.
Hello?
Hello? Grace? How are you?
Mama! I'm doing okay. How are you guys over there?
We're good. EJ won a storytelling contest at school the other week. Brought home a medal. I thought you should know.
Damn, I never won medals for any storytelling. But just fun fact, actually, just because it was Father's Day. A lot of people say that I'm very much like my mother, but in many other ways, I resemble my father quite a lot in appearance, and the fact that he's quite the amazing storyteller. I think he's a big influence on why I got into narrating. At the ripe age of 13 and 14, my father was competing in poetry narrating competitions and also performed on the radio. So I guess in some ways the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. Well, let's continue. There's a tired lilt in her voice as she speaks. It's been there since Papa had to leave his job. I wish there was something I could do for her. But from miles away like this, the least I'm able to do is not make her worry. If only my older brother would actually lend her a hand. But Lord knows if that'll ever happen. Odds are, Kuya Jordan's already out drinking. Again. I can't count on my older sister either, knowing she has a family of her own and, well, Ate An's financial situation isn't exactly great right now, having ran herself knee-deep in debt.
Great!
Debt.
That's great! Tell him congratulations from me. And let him know I'm gonna send him a little something extra this Christmas. How about Nico? Karen? Michael? I hope they're okay?
They're doing well. They wanted to talk to you, but they're all busy with school.
Oh no, that's fine. I don't want to bother them. Just tell them to keep doing their best for me. I'll just call back when I know they're not busy. And Papa? How's Papa doing?
It's a subject I'm a bit hesitant to broach. From the way Mama's voice hitches, she doesn't want to bring it up either.
Papa... Grace, he's having a little difficulty right now. Weak appetite, he's having trouble swallowing, and lost a few pounds.
Oh no, that's not good.
But the doctor said we should keep encouraging him. It just means his body's accepting his new treatment well.
Must be going through like chemo or something like that.
The money you sent last time helped a lot to pay for it, by the way.
Yeah, and here's the thing, like in developing... Hey, Timothy Duran! So good to see you here. Yeah, as I was saying, in developing countries, the healthcare system isn't quite that great, and it's quite expensive. So yeah, I experienced that firsthand when I was overseas in Indonesia, and I got a lung infection. Yeah, them hospital bills are pretty expensive, so it kind of makes sense why our fellow protagonist is working overseas to make money. It's a very common thing, actually.
Oh, I see. That's good.
Yeah, Local Legends Burton says, is this game on Steam? Yes, it is. This game is called The Letter, and I would highly advise you pick it up and play it for yourself. And as it is a pick your path game, so I'll definitely be playing it a couple times over. Timothy Duran, people in developing nations have it so much harder. It's so true, man. And, I have a lot of friends, like, when they finished school, they were like, or finished high school, they were like, maybe I should like pick up a job or just jump straight into college. And my advice is go travel the world. Honestly, it's going to give you a whole other perspective on the world, and it's a form of education that you'll never be able to learn in school. That's just, you got to experience that through life, But yeah, it gives you a whole other perspective, for sure. Now, if we'll continue with the story, I won't deny that life has gotten tougher for our family. It used to be easy back when Papa was in good shape. But ever since he was diagnosed with the sickness 5 years ago, he had been unable to provide for us. Now, the burden of feeding 8 mouths and settling Papa's bills all rest on my shoulders. Although Mama makes a little, accepting sewing and laundry jobs in our neighborhood, It's scarcely enough to cover the costs of day-to-day living, let alone the bloating hospital bills. We can't even expect help from our own government because the health insurance there barely covers anything. Yeah, I'm kind of stumbling over my words here a little bit today. I just gotta keep having them sips of nice old water. Okay.
I'm sure he'll get better soon. Is he well enough to talk? Do you think I'll be able to speak to him, Ma?
Silence. I start to think that the call got cut until...
Listen, Grace. Maybe it's better if we transfer Papa to a different hospital. Somewhere cheaper?
What? Why? Did something happen? Is it the deposit issue again? Give me the hospital's number. I'll talk to them.
No, it's nothing bad. The service here is good. Too good. Even the doctors. But I'm worried you're working yourself to the ground because of it.
Mama, we've been through this before. I want the best for Papa.
Man, Isabella's a good girl. Like, that's a great daughter to have. Hardworking and really looks out for her family.
And don't worry about the bills or the medicine, or me for that matter.
Man, you know, that's why she's eating them ramen noodles. But still, you gotta live cleaner than that. Don't fucking leave ramen noodle cups all over the place. Shit.
I can handle myself. Everything's going well here. In fact, we're about to close a large sale.
Hopefully. If not, then I'll find another way. She doesn't need to know that. Sorry, Mama. You taught me not to lie, yet look what I'm doing.
I'll have money to send over soon to cover the rest of Papa's treatment. And there's more than enough for Karen, Nico, Michael, and EJ's school tuition too.
Damn, girl.
Thank you so much, dear. I appreciate it. We all do. But I just wish you'd come home to us soon.
Aw. Kailan ka uwi? Oh, I don't know what that is. Kailan ka uwi? Yeah. When are you coming home? EJ, the youngest, used to be the only person asking me that. How do you respond to a question you don't have a definite answer to? 5 years later, and I still can't give them a straight one. I smile, though Mama can't see it. I fight to keep my lips from quivering, my voice from shaking. She's got enough on her plate as it is. No need to weigh her down with unnecessary concerns.
Promise me you'll be there to welcome me when I do, okay?
Aw.
Of course. I'm sorry, Grace. I need to take this for a while.
There's a small commotion on the other end. The sound of gates opening. The voice of a child, EJ, talking excitedly about his day at school. The tapping of feet on the floorboards as he runs. It's been years since I went home, but I can still picture the whole scene in my mind. How tall is he now? Are the neighborhood kids bullying him now that I'm not around? Did Mama rearrange the furniture in the living room again? What are they having for dinner today? I miss them. I miss them so much.
It's okay, Ma. I need to go too. I've got work today. I'll call again soon, alright?
On a Saturday? Oh, never mind. Take care of yourself, dear. I love you.
Mahal kita. Oh, it's so sweet.
I love you. Bye.
It ends with a soft click, leaving half-truths and empty promises hanging in the air. Closing my eyes for a moment, I take a deep breath and shake away the thoughts beginning to swim inside my head. It's pointless to mull over these things right now.
Okay, Isabella. Time to get that mansion sold.
That's right, girl. You gotta get that mansion sold, make that bank, bring in that dough, and get your papa feeling well, pay for them hospital bills and shit. Let's do this. Yeah, hey, bringer of law. I totally agree with you, you know. I actually kind of relate a lot to Isabella's situation now, you know. You know, she may seem like she's slacking off and doesn't take care of herself, but I think, you know, it's really because she's always taking care of her family. Alright, now we'll continue, if we'll continue with the story. But yeah, Bringer Law, so great to have you here. Welcome back to the Chatterbox. Always great to have you around. Unfortunately, before I can take a single step away from my phone, it rings again. No doubt, Mama forgot to say something.
Mama? Did you forget anything?
Oh shit, that ain't Mama.
Excuse you? I'm too young to be your mom. Are you still sleeping?
Rose may not be your mom, but she's a hot mama. Shit, no, never mind.
Hold on, never mind that. Get yourself in the office. Hurry!
Office? What about the open house? Oh no. Is it Sir John? Did he hear about yesterday? Am I in trouble? Oh god, oh god, oh god! I'm gonna get yelled at, aren't I? What do? I'll buy you an extra box of donuts.
Donuts is payment.
No, it's nothing like that. Will you calm down?
Yeah, Isabella does freak out quite a bit.
Get yourself here, alright? I'll tell you everything then.
Oh, Evil Outcast is in the house. Hello there. Welcome to the Chatterbox. And yeah, we're playing, this is our second installment of the letter playthrough, a creepy visual novel. How you doing, Evil Outcast? It's great to see you here. If I'll continue with the story. There's a telltale din of several feet shuffling against the wooden flooring, and an indistinct yelling in the background before Rose cuts the connection. That isn't in any way comforting. But it's enough reason for me to hastily discard my phone and finish my shower in record time. I make it to our office within 20 minutes of leaving my apartment, completely disheveled and out of breath. A feat, if I can take into account my usual travel time. Routine clamor, common to Briar Realty Corporation's Luxburn office, greets me as soon as my foot crosses the threshold. Papers rustling, telephones ringing at sporadic intervals, agents talking at varying volumes, staff moving about, and...
Where the hell is C? Where are my employees?
Damn, bro, this guy's, like, so extra. Oh, Evil Outcast says, I'm good so far. How about you? Oh, how you be? Oh, I'm doing well, man. It's been a super chill day. I started organizing my room a little bit more. Tried to do a little bit of, well, it's kind of late spring cleaning, but yeah, summer cleaning, I guess you could say. Just trying to neaten up a couple things, you know. And, yeah, released did some character voices and for some other channels and editing, and here I am now, chilling out, hanging out with you guys.
What the actual fuck, guys? Of all the times to disappear without notice.
Sir John is extra hardcore. My boss's words turn muffled as someone else closes the door to his office, likely the work of our HR manager. Throughout the past weeks, he's been in a bad mood over a few employees who have failed to report to work. I hear they're still trying to get a hold of them, but to no avail. The result is, half their workload have been shifted to all available staff, so as to not lose clients. Aw, I hate that. That must be annoying. Not that I mind the extra work. If anything, it means I'll have more to send to my family back home. Although the rumors of a branch closure circulating because of this is indeed a bit worrisome, my leg barely touches the top of my table when Rose pulls me aside.
Here, I need you to help me with these papers. If you could also get these signed and photocopied before lunch today, that would be great.
Yeah, I could never do a job like this. It's just definitely not my style. I like to be up and about. Like, I gotta stay on my feet, because if I had a day job where I was sitting all day, and then I had to come home, sit down on a chair, and narrate, yeah, I definitely couldn't do that. One after another, she thrust a bunch of paperwork in my hands without explanation. Fuck, that smile, that cheeky little smile. Damn, girl. A page flutters away from the top of the pile, and I lean down to pick it up, my eyes scanning the top of the page as I straighten. A purchase and sale agreement. Oh shit. Rose simply get... That's what they're going to sell the house then. Rose simply gestures her thumb in the direction of our visitor's lounge when I tilt my head in question. There, seated on the sofa and looking completely out of place in the humbly decorated room, is the same couple from the day before. The Wrights. Something bubbles in my throat. Their presence in the office can only mean one thing.
They're buying it? We got a deal?
She swats at my hand, tugging her sleeve. Although her eyes are lit with something akin to joy. She wants the sale to happen as much as I do, and now that it's here, the deal needs to be closed, yet documents need to be signed still, but the elation is there, along with the foreboding feeling I can't quite pinpoint.
I had to do a little damage control, but they're already interested in acquiring the property, even before they attended the open house. I mean, isn't it obvious? They already hired an interior designer. I've never seen a buyer as aggressive as Madam Wright. She didn't even try to negotiate a lower rate.
One at a time, Rose. I can't process everything you're saying at once. What do you mean?
They're paying 15% higher than the listing price, as long as we get the paperwork done as soon as possible.
You know what? I noticed some of these sound effects. As a person who, I use a lot of sound effects for my videos, they definitely used a lot of free, royalty-free sound effects. So that's interesting that my ears caught that. Oh, Evil Outcast says she looks like one of these human versions of the chibi avatars from Gaia Online. Those eyes, anyways. Yeah, it's kind of like it's all anime style, so their eyes are fucking alien sized, but it's so kawaii, it's so cute.
I think if we allow it, they'll be paying up front, too.
Even with that urban legend?
Rose nods.
Oh, I was so sure we lost the sale after yesterday.
Don't look so surprised. We still have to conduct some last few checks before we completely hand it over to them.
Please. I'll happily do the paperwork duty, Rose. I'll even go to the land registry myself and make sure the property changes hands with every single legal blessing.
Don't they have better things to spend their money on? I'd haggle it down to the lowest price possible. If I were in their place, at least. Especially with the stories attached to it. Not that my opinion matters one bit here. We're just the agents who are trying to receive a hefty commission after all. Nothing more. Rose gives me a pat on the shoulder, signaling that she's heading back to them. An unspoken instruction for me to follow after I'm done. It doesn't take me long to finish what work she left me. In fact, having our boss sign the agreement is the easiest, since it has put him in a better mood, to the entire office's relief. Ma'am Hannah calls me over the moment she notices my presence at the lounge door. She welcomes me with a bright smile, her movements more open than what one would typically expect from a passing client to have.
Oh, Isabel, how are you feeling? You looked awfully dreadful yesterday.
Bitch, it's Isabella.
Isabella, I'm fine now, ma'am. I appreciate your concern.
I really don't understand why they can't get my name right. It's a fairly common name. It shouldn't be too hard to remember. Regardless, I hand them their copy of the agreement.
Wonderful. Your team works unbelievably fast.
Ma'am Hannah skins through each of them with a scrutinizing eye, checking every page for any inconsistencies and errors. Despite the unassuming impression she gives off, she appears fully aware of what to look for and the process contracts like these undergoes. It is surprising, to be quite honest. I haven't pegged her for someone who is well versed in these things, yet here she is. She shows some of it to her husband, and she responds with the same passive interest as if he's more than happy to leave everything to her. I can't tell if it's purely because he believes she's capable enough, doesn't care about what they're buying, or he simply finds paperwork tedious. Apparently, satisfied with what she's seen, Ma'am Hannah claps her hands together before extending it to us for a shake. Rose and I release the breath we've been holding, both of us more than happy to return the gesture.
That settles it then?
Let's check the relationship status. Creepy clown girl is in the house. Hey, what's up? How's it going? Hopefully you had a great weekend. It's so good to see you here. Welcome back to the Chatterbox. Okay, so my relationship statuses. Everything seems to be okay except for Rebecca. I need to work on getting that back on track.
Are you really sure about this property, ma'am? We could easily find you a bigger one among our current listings. Something with a modern touch?
Bitch, what are you doing? Something not haunted, perhaps? Rose shoots me a warning glance that clearly says, "Don't make a scene, we're almost there." Yeah, come on, Isabella, what you doing?
Of course. Why wouldn't I be? The house is absolutely perfect, isn't it, darling?
A helipad would still be a nice addition.
Bruh, that's not even first world problems, that's just like rich ass people problems.
Yes, well, we'll get there eventually, love. As I was saying, if your partner had the documents yesterday, we would have bought it right there immediately. Shame she didn't have it.
Well, there's still a few necessary documents we need you to sign after, but we'll let you know once we have those finalized. We'll be handling the process for the rest, so don't worry about it, ma'am.
Within a week, I hope. We still have a housewarming party to plan after all. You know how much thought should be put into those things.
There are servants for that, darling.
Love, wouldn't it be better if we handled it ourselves? A personal touch of sorts.
So we have some new journal entries. You know what? I will not bore you with that. I'm just quickly glancing over these things. But yeah, let's continue with the story.
It is our housewarming party and our new home.
No more than a week, ma'am. Barring unexpected delay, of course. You can leave it to us.
Excellent. Well then, I'll leave you two to it. It's been a pleasure doing business with you.
Alright.
Oh, and before we forget...
Damn, that bounce though. She discreetly folds something into both her hands and winks, a finger raised to her lips, demanding our silence.
I know both of you worked hard on getting us this beautiful mansion.
Damn, girl.
Did I mention we reward our people generously?
But this is... Ma'am, I can't accept this.
Isabella, I know you're trying to be polite and shit, but fucking just take the money. What are you fucking doing?
Don't you worry, darling. It's a small thing coming from us.
That's like pocket change for them.
Consider this your bonus for a job well done.
She smiles sweetly, like this is simply the most normal thing to do in the world.
Oh, before I forget, my lovely interior designer would appreciate it if you hand her a copy of the floor plan as soon as possible. She's dying to work on the house.
Dying. I love the emphasis on dying.
You can do that, yes? Here's her contact.
Evil Outcast says, some of these female voice actresses sound hot as fuck. Must be the accents. Yeah, definitely, man. You know, there's nothing more hot than like an exotic accent. For me, it's like, I love me like, you know, like a girl with like an Irish accent or something like that, you know. English, it depends, but yeah. Or like Spanish, that's just like, that's the stuff right there.
Certainly, ma'am. We'll have it processed as soon as possible.
I knew I could count on you, lovelies. I hope to see you two soon so we can get this closed.
Just like that, transaction over and done with. My mind's still reeling, even after they've left. Other agents would kill to have clients like them. A part of me feels lucky about the fact no lengthy negotiations, no sudden change of minds, just talk, signatures, a few handshakes here and there, and we're done. The other part. A second ago, We sold a haunted property to 2 innocent clients. Sure, the commission's big. Big enough to continue funding Papa's treatment and hospitalization. Big enough to pay for all 4 of my younger siblings' schooling. Heck, it'll keep me away from my instant noodle diet for months. I don't have to go back to the mansion as well, once the deal has been closed, much to my sanity's relief. But knowing that something's in there, and we gave it to the good couple despite that. Oh, Isabella, the things you do to sell a house and get money. Papa won't be happy with that. Mr. Haunted is in the house. What's up, buddy? Good to see you here. Welcome back to the Chatterbox. Yeah, we're just this is our second installment of the letter playthrough. So, yeah, we just sold a haunted mansion to these rich ass people. At least I have good news to tell them next time I call home. The little lie I told Mama this morning isn't a lie anymore.
Well, there's something. So how does it feel?
How does what feel?
Yeah, how does it feel? What are you talking about?
Your first big multi-million-pound sale, silly. I know you've been with us for years, but this has got to be memorable for you.
Memorable is an understatement, Rose.
Come on, show some enthusiasm. They gave us a bonus, too. Aside from the commission and the other bonus boss promised. What are you gonna do with it?
I don't know. Send it home, probably?
All of it?
Not everything, of course. Most of it. I'll leave some for my living expenses.
Listen here, Isabella. I'll teach you something I should have told you before we ended your training.
She slings an arm over my shoulders and leans in closer to my ear, as though she's about to share a big secret.
It's okay to celebrate from time to time.
I don't get it.
It's simple. Go out, do something for yourself. Throw a party and treat your friends to free food. Didn't you say the last one's some sort of tradition back at home for you? Hello, this is practically a done deal.
Isn't throwing a party a bit excessive?
Your call. I won't say no to an invitation, by the way, in case you really are planning to throw one. A few drinks would be nice too, thank you very much.
Damn, Isabella, this girl's asking you to wine and dine her, man. She wants some of that.
I don't think my apartment's big enough for that.
Doesn't matter how big the apartment is, all that matters is there's a bed there. Am I right, fellas? Shit.
You could always move? Bloody hell, you're working in real estate.
I think I'll pass. That's too much of an unnecessary expense for me.
Ah, she's so Asian. I mean, hey, I'm just saying. I'm Asian too. We're very frugal. We don't like to spend our money on useless shit.
But I did promise
at least.
Becca free lunch in case the sale goes well.
At least that's what my parents are like. Like my mom will like only buy shit that's on sale and whatnot. Yeah.
You go do that. Hold on a sec.
She quickly removes herself from me to answer the phone on her desk. Her tone shifts from playful to professional in the span of a few seconds.
Today? Not a problem, ma'am. I could bring you a copy of the contract if...
Must be another client. Nothing surprising there. She is one of BRC's top agents no matter how modest she appears. A saleswoman through and through. I, on the other hand, have very little knack for it. Of course, I learned. Eventually, I had to. But someone else will, without a doubt, do a better job. Once though, in a drunken stupor, Rose told me a story of what could have been. Years ago, wide-eyed, young, and brimming with yet-to-be-fulfilled dreams and ambitions, she was a term or two away from a nursing degree. Out of courtesy, I never pressed on the matter further. But perhaps it's where the sense of fondness started. A small connection due to one's similar experience in our respective lives, of goals we both let pass us by because of the circumstances we're in.
I'd be happy to discuss this over tea, ma'am. All right, I'll be there. Thank you.
New client?
Reassigned. Have you heard from Mark and all?
Not since the first visit to the mansion. Why? No news from the HR yet?
None at all. Boss thinks he ran away.
Wait, what?
I doubt it, though. He's too much of a wimp for that. There must be another reason. Who knows?
You know what? They've been saying that, like, a couple of employees have not been showing up to work. I wonder if it's because of the fucking haunted house that they just sold.
Anyway, I've got to meet this one. I'll see you later.
Oh, look at that. That adorable, cheeky-looking swell. Man, she really wants that. She throws a wave over her shoulder as she rushes out of the office. The lunchtime bell sounds shortly after, followed by the chatter of fellow agents, also heading out for a much-needed break. Ordinarily, there's no time for me to go out. There's no need for me to go out, sorry. But oversleeping didn't allow me the luxury of packing my own lunch today. If one considers taking an instant noodle cup from my pantry, packing your lunch. Time to make good on the promise I made to Becca, I suppose. Maybe invite Zach and Ash too. In the end, only Becca and Zach could come. Evil Outcast, I'll definitely see her later. Yeah, buddy. Ash, on the other hand, couldn't be reached. All of my calls went straight to his voicemail. He's at it again. Right here today, gone the next day. Oh well, his loss. We have agreed to meet at a nearby cafe. The same one I frequent with Becca, because it's cheap and they give away free bread around closing time. So Filipino of her. My wife's Filipino, so I'm just saying. Quaint, a little old-fashioned, though looks a wee bit out of place amidst the city's tall buildings. But we love it all the same. I love how these backgrounds are slightly animated. It's a nice touch. Much like its facade, the interior carries an antiquated charm to it. Vintage art pieces and a row of shelves boasting an extensive collection of books cover the walls. It's actually a pretty cool cafe. I would hang out there. It would have been nice to hang out there for hours on end, but even on a weekend, the place is still packed with people. Thankfully, Becca and Zach have already found seats and are engaged in some casual chatter when I arrive. It's strange seeing the two of them without Ash accompanying the other. They've never been particularly close. Sure, they talk when they meet, laugh at the same things when there's something funny, but there's distance, the kind born purely out of different interests. That, or Zach's simply afraid of Becca. Yeah, Becca's got a temper, like a hot temper. It's not impossible, and I won't blame them if he is. He might be the tallest in our group, but everyone knows that it means nothing against Becca's temper. Yeah, believe me, I know a lot of short girls. I've dated a lot of short girls, and yeah, they are spicy. Like, their temper, that is. Even I am a little scared of her.
Zach! Becca!
Well, you seem to be in a better mood today. What happened? I know that smile, Belle. Come on, still.
Oh shit, she's on to me.
Don't rush me. Let's order food first, okay?
A waitress comes by to take our order. On a normal day, me and Becca and I will order a hearty serving of their special vegetarian stovies. Zach takes anything with a good helping of meat, sausages, or potatoes in it. But today's a good day. Great, even. It's not wrong to indulge a little, right?
Today's special. For the three of us.
Demon Creep is in the house. Welcome to the Chatterbox. Good to see you here, buddy. Demon Creep says, wanna do a circle? Oh, shit. It's good to see you here, man. Thanks for swinging by. Even the person jotting down our order looks surprised at today's meal choices. She writes it, nevertheless, and leaves without a comment. Becca furrows her eyebrows, her mouth halfway open, ready to let loose what's likely a stirring of reprimands.
Don't worry.
Reprimands.
It's my treat.
The glare she sends my way Reminds me of the one I received from Mama when I punched a kid bullying my younger brother 18 years ago. Naturally, I never did it again after she made me apologize the next day. But Becca's far from being my mom. A small, sheepish grin is enough to turn that frown into a defeated sigh. Food arrives in the middle of a funny story from Zach, putting the rest of the conversation on hold, as we are served our order. Nino Brownie is here too, just saying hi, have a good night. Oh, thanks for swinging by, man. It's good to see you, thank you so much. Demon Creep says, no problem. I'll try and stay awake tonight and guilt you into some DBD. Yeah, no, so Demon Creep and a couple of other horror narrators, we play Dead by Daylight, and the other night we played until like 4 or 5 in the morning. At least I was up till 4 or 5 in the morning, and yeah, that game is really addicting. I'll probably have to stream it sometime if Demon Creep isn't. Now, if we continue with the story. It isn't anything fancy. Pan-roasted sea bass with a citrus that dressed asparagus and a portion of mashed potatoes on the side. Or at least, that's what the daily special board says. Damn, that looks hella delicious. Oh man, I'm getting kinda hungry now. I never did pay any attention to it whenever I come here, since they price whatever's written way above what I'm willing to spend on food on a single day.
Oh, good. I'm so hungry, I think I'm dying.
You're always hungry.
Hey, not all the time.
Let me guess. You skipped breakfast again.
Not on purpose. I may have overslept by a few seconds today.
Right then. Stop stalling, Isabella. What's this about?
Let us say, Rebecca. She wouldn't be inviting us out if it wasn't worth hearing out.
Well, we're waiting.
Damn, I love the way those things bounce.
I'm treating you guys to a once-in-a-century thing.
An expectant grin breaks out on my face, except...
I'm sorry, say that again.
And this is important because...
Becca only raises an eyebrow at me, while Zach appears like he didn't get the punchline to another lame joke Ash made, and is desperately searching for someone to explain it.
Okay, let me do that
My
again.
instant noodle days are over. Oh, relationship status has gone up. Nice. I'm kind of climbing back up with Rebecca. Nice. And with Zach, too. Very nice. Okay, let me do that again.
Guess what, guys? I'm paying! I sold the house!
As the news sinks in, their expression goes from sheer bewilderment to utter surprise. That's more like it.
You heard me right, ladies and gentlemen. As of today, I'm Maria Isabella Grace Cruz Santos and free from my instant noodle binge.
Seriously?
Hold it, Belle. You sold the house?
Yep.
Which house is this? In Aslam Village? The one with the open house yesterday?
The one and only. Come on, Becca. I know you've got a better memory than that.
Oh, wow. That's...
She lets out a hum. Although she's nodding, she gives the impression of someone who has heard something unbelievable and is still forcing her brain to absorb it. Did she think we wouldn't be able to sell it? Have some faith in me, Becca. Am I not your best friend or what?
You don't believe me?
The words tumble out of my mouth before I could stop them. I've been trying to avoid bringing up yesterday's little spat, and judging from the looks of their faces, it seems they are too. Me and my stupid mouth.
I'm sure it ain't the way you're thinking, Bella.
No, I do believe you. But don't you think the sale happened a bit too fast? The open house only started yesterday, and now you already have a buyer?
It happens from time to time.
Yeah, but... Look,
It is
I'm
unusual.
happy for you. Just yesterday, you've been really worried where to get money for your dad's new treatment. And now, all of a sudden, you have something.
Shit, girl, are you jealous or something? It's like, what? Nah, I'm
What
just...
if the sale doesn't push through, or I don't know, they're a fraud, or they suddenly back out? Isn't it a little too early to celebrate?
Rebecca does have a point, Bella. If you haven't closed the deal yet, there's still a chance they'll go back on it.
They don't seem like it to me. The lady appeared to really want it, and she approached me without even finishing the tour.
Bringer of Law says, glad I'm not the only one paying attention. Yeah, totally. Lads will be lads. Pressuring me more into it. Pressuring me into it, more like. But I'm not gonna tell Becca about that. Knowing her, she'd only worry.
And she already hired someone to handle the house's interior design.
You're joking. Who would do that?
The Wrights, apparently. It's actually pretty funny. She's a bit too excited to get the property, she forgot to buy it. At any rate, they've already signed the agreement today, so it's just a matter of time. And don't tell anyone about this, but Ma'am Hannah also gave us something extra.
Something as in...
As in, it's why I can treat you two to a free meal.
I'm most surprised you accepted it.
She didn't really give us a choice in the matter. So don't lose sleep over this, okay? The couple really want the house. If Rose didn't stop them, they'd likely have paid up front for it yesterday. That's despite the legends, too. I even tried to show them the letter. But nope. I want this house, darling. Go take all our money.
You don't really think they believe that, do you? I'm pretty sure for them, those are just rumors as well. No one is that superstitious in this day and age, Belle.
Yeah, man, there'd be a lot of skeptics out there.
Well, there's you.
Right. You know what? I'll just eat all of these by myself.
Damn. I began to gather their plates to my side. The food in each still untouched. A laugh almost escapes my mouth with the way Zach's expression quickly changes to disappointment. Yeah, man, you take my food away from me, man, I'd be looking like that too. Becca's hands interrupts me just as I'm about to pull her plate closer to me.
I'm kidding. Don't go all pouty on me again. I'm just concerned you'll get hurt if this doesn't happen. I know how badly you want to close this deal for your papa.
I'm sure he's gonna be fine now, though, with the money. They don't know yet. I think I'll call them tomorrow. Let them know things will be easier.
Yeah.
Mama said this morning he's showing progress with the new treatment, too. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see, because, like, we just started the game and they sold the house. Things are definitely going to go down, but I think it's, like, once that new couple moves into the house, the Wrights. I allow myself to smile, genuine and uninhibited. It's strange talking about this with other people, even those who have known you a lot. Even those who have known you long enough. But today, things simply feel a whole lot lighter with them here. Lunch passes in an enjoyable fashion. A laugh here, a playful jab there, but most of it is spent catching up and telling stories about whatever's keeping us busy these days. Something we couldn't afford to do the day before, taking into account what happened. Even Becca's surprisingly chatty. Is there something in the sea bass she ate? Zach, though, appears less energetic. While he's far from being the life of a party, he's definitely not the type to keep quiet in a conversation with his friends. Apart from a few inputs, he's been silent the entire time. If Becca notices...
Are you sure you're not feeling under the weather, Zachary?
Huh? No, I'm okay.
Shit, something's on his mind.
No worries, Rebecca.
Doesn't sound okay to me.
It's okay. I might be feeling a little bummed out today, but I'm sure this will pass.
Oh no, must be something about his movie.
Is it about the reviews this morning?
Oh, I'm right. Shit. A pained expression crosses Zach's face. Sorry. A pained expression crosses Zach's face, and almost immediately, Becca retreats in her inquiry, as though the man's look is enough to oh my god. Becca retreats in her inquiry, as though the man's look is enough of an answer for her. I look between the two of them. Did I miss something? What happened this morning? Did I stumble on a big secret? This is why I don't like waking up late.
You heard about those, huh?
Aw, shit, I'm sorry, Zach.
Sorry, I just happened to check on some sites this morning.
No, it's a very sensitive topic in the first place.
Oh.
I should have expected it.
What reviews?
Becca glances at Zach, her motions unsure, eyes asking for his consent on the matter. Although there's a small desire to keep asking on my part, I don't dare voice it out. With Zach, it's always been better to wait, let him speak on his own. Becca too, to some extent, although with her, explosions of temper are more common. In the end, he simply answers with a shift of his shoulder, gesturing for her to go on with a tilt of his head.
It's his movie.
That doesn't explain anything. Stop dangling the information, Becca.
Zachary, I'm not the one supposed to be telling her about this. It's still your documentary.
Oh, it's a documentary.
Is it something bad?
Not bad per se. You guys don't need to dwell on it much.
Bad? Listen here. I wouldn't trivialize what those bowheads wrote if I were you. They're ruining other people's jobs.
From how her tone rises in anger, it seems like she's the one slighted and not Zach. A snicker escapes me, which I promptly stamp down on as soon as she sends me a hard look.
This isn't a laughing matter,
Damn,
Isabella.
girl, she feisty.
Some bowbag just insulted him.
Damn, I kind of like the way she gave me that side eye, I'm not gonna lie. Shit.
Calm down, Rebecca. Those are just reviews, and it happens a lot.
Yeah, it's just an opinion of some random neckbeard on the internet.
I do not ken about you two, but calling the entire film an out-and-out dribble, you're better off watching an educational kids' TV show, and worst 1.5 hour of my life, among other things, isn't exactly a critique any decent movie reviewer would say.
Exactly, so don't care about what they say.
If you could call that a critique, did we even watch the same film?
Well, maybe I ain't cut out for it. Better stick with my photography or something. If nothing else, this helped me open my eyes to what I can and can't do.
Aw, shit.
You're giving up.
It wasn't a question.
It was just something experimental I did on my free time anyway. It's no big deal.
But you worked on it for months.
Doesn't look like it matters for those people.
Don't say that!
My palm strikes the table, sending the tableware on top clinging against each other. I didn't even notice when I rose from my seat. But here I am, chest heaving, looking down at him in the same manner a teacher would at an unruly student. Becca's probably proud. Yeah, took a page from her book. Shit. I didn't mean to yell, but there are some things people like Zach aren't supposed to say. How exasperating. He, of all people, should know.
It's just a review.
Except they're pretty well-known critics.
Why does that matter? They aren't the ones calling the shots on this. Isn't that why they have a committee? Right, Becca?
An amused gleam is in her eyes when I turn to her. What does she find so entertaining here? I don't think she's entertained. I think she's fucking turned on. She's like, damn, this girl got some heat too. But I don't know. What do I know? Help me here. Your friend's about to quit his passion for a petty reason. I haven't read what those papers wrote about his work, but a few scathing words shouldn't be enough to discourage someone. Hey man, it do be like that some days, you know, when you read the YouTube comments. Shit. I know. I should know. After all, I'm...
Failing means you're playing, Zach. Not that I'm saying it's bad. I've seen it from start to finish, and I know for myself what you created isn't something people should scoff at. I don't know anything about filming or photography. Hell, I don't have an inkling of artistry in me except for those doodles I make for class. but I know what I watched. Look at Isabella. It's not every day you see her all riled up like this.
Whatever I'm about to say gets lost in my tongue as a flush of embarrassment blooms across my face.
It was a heat of the moment thing. And anyway, I'll be very angry with you if you quit. What about the exhibit?
What exhibit?
Classified information.
Even if I bring you your favorite tonight?
Ooh, what's your favorite?
Nope, not a chance.
Oh, come on! I thought we aren't supposed to have secrets.
A burst of laughter comes from Zach.
Thanks, you two. I might need some time alone to myself for a while. Just to think about things, how I'll go from here, that sort of stuff. Hey, I'm not quitting, Bella. Don't give me that face.
Man, I relate to him a lot, you know. I try to change experiment with different things and artistically, and some things did well and some things didn't, and you just gotta keep going and don't give up, and then eventually you'll find your thing. Kind of even with my channel, it's I'll try and experiment with a couple different topics and things like that and just see what clicks. Some videos do well, some videos don't, but it doesn't mean that you're not that great, you know. Just gotta keep doing what your heart tells you to. Not to sound stupid and inspirational and shit, but yeah, just create something that you're proud of first, and then channel that, and then put it into a piece of work, and then people, they'll see the passion if you put enough into it,
Promise?
I'll be damned if I break any promise I make to you guys. Besides, you're right. It's too early to say anything right now. What's night ain't for another week.
And that's all the answer I need from him. As sentimental as it sounds, there's fulfillment in knowing another person you know won't take the same path you've walked. It's not like it's over for me, though. I still have time. I could still come back. Do my own thing. Do what I really want to do. Ah, yeah, Isabella sacrificed a lot to make money for her family, so... Surely, once Papa recovers, once I'm done with everything... Inside my bag, my phone buzzes unexpectedly. Oh, what was that? Breaking the pleasant afternoon lull. The screen shows Rose. Oh shit.
Hey, Isabel. You at the office?
Ha ha. Very funny, Rose. I'm hanging up.
Don't, I'm kidding.
Damn, she teasing you and everything too? Calling you Isabel and shit? Damn.
BRC says the floor plan copies are ready for Miss McCullough to pick up.
She states that as if it already explains everything. Then, out of the blue, she launches a long rant about the awful state of Luxburn's streets, all of which she says in a single breath that I can barely keep up and make out a single word. I stay quiet, if only to avoid becoming the next object of her frustration. She's similar to Becca in that regard. Damn, Isabella, you got a certain taste in women. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm stuck in horrendous traffic right now. Bloody stupid drivers.
Yeah, no, English girls, man, they got that feistiness, When she has finally run out of things to complain about and stops, what she says next still has none of what I'm hoping to hear from her. Just a quick mumble plea for me to greet the Wright's interior designer in her stead, and then...
Anyway, I'll leave it to you. Bye. Thanks.
Classic Rose. She ends the call without even asking for my input. The sky is cloudless, and the noontime sun is beating down on the hard concrete when we leave the cafe. It's far from unbearable, but it's enough to put most people in a fickle mood or make them vulnerable to catching something. No wonder we have staff members going AWOL today, or AWOL lately. Not to mention my boss's mercurial moods. I can't believe I'm saying this, But I want our unusual cloudy weather back. How could you say that in the UK, man? Like, if you get sun, you better appreciate that shit. I'm just saying, man. For all the gripes about the unpredictable weather, though, the streets of Luxburn remain constantly busy. The hurried tapping of shoes against the pavement and inane chatter coming from the lunchtime crowd fill the humid afternoon air. A small reminder of the things we still have to do, regardless of how much I want to return to the comfort of my bed. Back to Briar Realty for me. Zach to a meeting with a magazine publisher featuring luxury houses, and Becca to her lesson plans and books at home. But more than once, I catch her sneaking a longing glance over something displayed on a shop window. Did she want to buy something? Maybe I can get it for her this Christmas. I turn my head at the last shop she checked out. A fleeting glimpse. The world stills. Oh shit. She looks at me, eyes hollow, gaze piercing, and boring into my very soul like a set of chains to keep my whole body still. There are no shadows or whispers this time. Damn, she twitching too. Only a plea. A hum, low and indistinct, compelling me, beckoning me, intent on dragging me to the void beyond the glass. I don't dare move. My heart hammers against my ribs, each beat, each thump, screaming at me to look away and make a run for it. But I can't. I couldn't. All of my limbs feel heavy, while my own breathing strains in the face of her calls.
Leave me alone.
Her mouth is stretched into a grin, wide and unpleasant. The panic building up in my chest forces me to take a tentative step back. I try not to stare at the decaying flesh, the blood streaming from the gaping wounds on her arm or her nailless fingers. I don't want this. Not like this. Not after what I got. What I want for Papa.
No, stop. Leave me alone.
Her face contorts, and she lets out a wail, sharp and utterly unforgiving. Rage. There is only hatred and bitterness, as if the very notion of turning away from her is an offense in itself.
Please! I don't want this!
Before I know it, I'm stumbling backwards, my own throat hoarsing from the screams I didn't even notice already coming from my out from my mouth. The back of my feet catches on a loose stone, sending me sprawling on the ground. The resulting pain completely jolts me out of the haze blurring my mind. For a little while, my surroundings appear unfamiliar, until Becca's face swims into my vision. A look of concern is on her face, and her hands are gripping my arms tight. Even Zach appears beside himself with worry while he stands behind her, acting as a shield against the small crowd of onlookers already forming around us. Shit. Yeah, no, Evil Outcast, the music is pretty awesome in this.
What happened?
Bella, you okay?
I guess they didn't see it either. My mouth opens and closes, but nothing comes out. The words refuse to form. On impulse, I sneak a swift glance at the display window. She's gone. Yet the foreboding feeling hasn't left me. My hands are shaking as I pull myself off the ground, my weakened limbs relying solely on reflex and muscle memory. Something icy has made its home in the pit of my stomach. I want to throw up. Anything to get the wretched sensation out.
You are screaming. Zach, call someone!
No, don't. I'm good.
Oh shit.
I need to get to the office. Rose, the floor plans. Someone's going to pick it up. I'll see you later.
Careful. Don't stand up yet. Stay put, Isabella. Zach, you watch over her for me. I'll call for someone.
I attempt to smile to put her at ease, but it unlikely comes off as a grimace. Gently, I pushed her hands off my shoulders. My knees are still trembling, but I can stand. Leave. Leave me. Stay away. Away. The humidity stifling. Everyone's stares are unnerving, and Becca and Zach's concerns are suffocating. I don't want to be here. No more. I break into a run. I wish I hadn't left my bed this morning. Here, with only the occasional drips of water on the sink, and the whirring of the fan blades to keep me company, it's easy to fall into a cycle of negative thinking. But even with the clutter to keep me company, the room still feels a whole lot bigger than usual. I hug my knees closer as the group passes by outside. Loud. So loud. If only there was a way to tune everything out, to keep my head from replaying every image, every sound of her. Her screams, her awkward gait as she reaches for me, her bone-chilling smile, her pleas for, "Enough! That's enough!" A shiver passes over me, though it's not from the hair still hanging damp against my back, nor the draft that enters the room from the windows I've left wide open. My gaze shifts over the letter, sitting on the coffee table. Its edges flutter incautiously as the wind touches it. Yeah, this fucking haunted letter. I think she really wants us to share it with 5 people. But wait, did we not share it with a couple people already? Funny how an ordinary-looking piece of paper can bring this much trouble. The impulse to throw it away or rip it to pieces is still there. I can easily do it. But after that, what? Will she leave me? What about those people who have already seen it? Will they be okay? This uncertainty gnaws at me. Evil Outcast says, "BRB, yeah, it's all good, man. We're just chilling out." Knowing that she's real and might also go after the people I care about, I just wish someone would listen. Believe me. The abrupt break in the silence nearly makes me jump out of my skin. Blindly, I fish out my phone from under the mess of papers and cushions, where I've carelessly thrown it before taking a shower hours ago. Zach's name flashes brightly on the screen. Is he calling because of this afternoon? Local legends, Burton's gotta go. Alright, good night, man. Thank you so much for swinging by. I really appreciate you swinging by and enjoying the game with me. You have a good night. Get some rest. Frankly, it's the last thing I want to discuss, but I did leave the 2 of them there without saying anything. Knowing Zach, I bet he's worried.
Hey, Zach.
Oh, good. I thought for sure you're not gonna pick up.
Sorry, it took me a while to find my phone.
No worries. You game tomorrow?
I pause. I don't recall making plans with Zach for the weekend.
Did I forget something?
Remember that guy I told you about? Back in the movies? The, priest? For the blessing?
Oh, shit.
Does it ring a bell?
Oh, right. I did say that, but I didn't think you'd actually go through the trouble, especially after what happened with this film. Sometimes I forget how kind Zach can be. Yeah, he seems like a good friend.
Yeah, I remember. Is he fine with it?
My friend doesn't mind. We're lucky he's not busy. So, tomorrow, he'll meet us at the mansion.
Okay. Sorry for the trouble, Zach.
Hey, no problem. I'm the one who suggested it to begin with. And, well, this afternoon you did surprise us. Never seen you scream like that. You scared the hell out of Rebecca.
I guess I owe you a lot for this, huh?
Nah, we're cool. You had us worried. but I know you'll tell us about it eventually. I just want to make sure you're doing well. You left all of a sudden, and you're not answering any of our calls.
Yeah. Man, that's awesome. She seems like she has a really good friend group that really looks out for her. It's nice to get a call, you know. You know, when you're not feeling that great, you're feeling a bit down. And sometimes you think nobody's gonna reach out, but you always have that. You always have that one friend or that always reaches out. Like, that's Zach right there. But yeah, it's always great. He's trying to get me to talk. Normally, I tell him I'm fine. Say a few simple reassurances to put their minds at ease. Now, nothing will form. I can't bring myself to say anything. He seems to have sensed my hesitation because he immediately changes the subject.
Yeah, anyway, I gotta go. I left something on the stove before making this call. Just soup. But it'd be embarrassing if I burned soup.
I doubt it. Ashton, on the other hand...
Well, remind me to tell you about what he did with the pressure cooker next time. Oh, damn, it overflowed!
Oh, shit.
Really need to get going. Bye, Bella.
He hangs up before I can thank him. The busy tone, though muffled, echoes through the receiver. No one is saying this will work. Even I am doubtful it will. But right now, I'll take anything. Anything to get out of this nightmare. Alright. Journal is updated. I shall check that out. Very nice. So we can check it on profiles. And they... Oh wait, I should have gone back to the timeline. Interesting. Okay. Sleep comes easier tonight. And for the first time in a long time, I dream. Of clear skies, of unrestrained laughter from children playing in the streets, and of small, cramped dwellings. To an outsider, the sight does not paint a pretty picture. However, this is home for me. October 23rd, Sunday. Okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna take a little break here for a brief moment. Maybe like a 10-minute break. I'm gonna go grab me a beverage, and I'll be right back, fellas. Alright, we are back. Just went and grabbed me a nice drink, just a cold one. Nothing like having a quick old sody pop while playing a video game. Alright, if we'll continue with the story now. Thanks for sticking around, guys. You know, I know it's there's not that many people in here, but I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much. Morning dawns bright and clear the following day. Although the air still feels muggy and I miss the chilly autumn weather, it's one of those rare weekends when I'm up even before my alarm rings. If it wasn't for Zach's call last night, I'd probably sleep in. When 9 a.m. rolls around, I'm already on my way to Ermengarde Mansion. To think that I'd have to go back again, I'd be lying to say I'm excited. I don't have to anymore. Rose happily gave me paperwork duty when I volunteered. We're on the last phase of the sale too. Well, almost. Papers to sign, documents to finalize, various other legalities to settle with the current owner. And all that, still. Never mind that its new owners want everything done within the week, when the process typically takes more than that. They want it done. We'll get it done. I really don't understand rich people. But money can do wonders. I won't be surprised if they'll be able to push the process just a little more, like what they did to secure the house. The point is, I'm under no obligation to return to the house anymore. Running is an option, of course. I can now move on to another property and forget everything. However, at the end of the day, it's always my conscience that wins. What if something happens to those who have seen the letter? Ash, Zach, Becca, Miss McCullough, the Wrights. The guilt will follow me to my grave. The mansion looms as we approach. Whispers welcoming me back, shadows calling. You know what, I haven't saved in a while, and I think that might be a good idea to do. Where is the save? Oh yeah, save right here. Okay. I hope this is the last time. They're engaged in a quiet conversation when I find them in the mansion's front gardens. But even with familiar company, it's impossible to feel at ease here. No matter who I'm with, the feeling of being watched is there, like the very place itself is aware of its trespassers. Zach, on the other hand, doesn't seem to notice, or he simply doesn't care, or he's already used to it. I could never tell with him. Sometimes he's almost as hard to read as Ash. Almost. At least, Zach doesn't ask as much. I'm so sorry. At least Zach doesn't ask as much patience as dealing with Ash does. And that says plenty about him. Miracle of miracles, how the two have ended up the best of friends. He waves at me as I approach. True to his promise, Zach has also brought his friend with him. Father Norman. Just gonna make a quick audio adjustment. It's a little bit loud for me. Somehow, I expected him to look older.
Oh, don't be surprised. They say people who have found their calling are getting younger these days.
Sorry, Father. I didn't mean to say that out loud.
Nah, he ain't no father. He's a daddy. Shit.
No offense taken. Though I admit I'm a bit surprised. I didn't think someone would ask this house to be blessed after all these years.
Welcome back, Evil Outcast. Glad you could make it on time. I just started, pretty much.
You've heard of it, Father?
In passing, the occasional rumors and talk by the locals, nothing new. You don't spend years serving the church here without hearing a random hearsay here and there.
Yeah, the church is filled with gossip.
You never mentioned what you thought of those, Father.
Ah, but he who goes down to the grave does not come up. He shall never return to his house, nor shall his place know him any more.
But what I saw...
May not be what you think. It depends entirely on what you mean by it. If you're talking about spirit beings, angels, demons, then yes. Are we talking about the spirits of people who have departed? The word makes it clear that once the deceased has left us, they are gone.
So it's not the spirit of a person, it's the spirit of a freaking demon, bro.
But of course, I didn't come here to bore you with a lecture.
No, it was enlightening, Father. Thank you.
Just remember that a god who loves his children would never let them linger once the time comes.
That's what my papa often tells me.
Your father must be a good man. He raised you well, no doubt. Well then, shall we?
Yes, we shall.
Regardless of what it is, I'm sure the mansion's new owners would appreciate such sincere intentions. From a stranger, no less.
He lets Zach and I walk ahead. A relief. This way, he won't see how tightly I'm clutching the straps of my bag. Father Norman's probably trying to put me at ease. But the worry, the cold, restless, foreboding feeling has firmly lodged itself in my stomach, making its presence known with every step we take towards the house.
Hey, you okay?
Zach nudges my side, careful, mindful of his motions, to avoid startling me, no doubt. This place gives me the creeps. Relationship status updated. Yeah, I went up with Zach. I'm trying to smash everybody. It's just there. The kind that implores a silent appeal. I'm not sure if he's even doing it consciously. Another breeze blows, and I try not to shiver. Try not to listen to the voices that may or may not be there.
Ugh, this place really gives me the creeps.
It doesn't seem more than an ordinary house to me, though. Damn, I should have brought my camera with me. I saw a few areas that'd be good for a shoot. You think the new owners will allow it?
Shh! What if you catch something? Or someone in one of the pictures?
It just means they want to be seen, doesn't it?
Don't ask for it.
It's not like we can stop them if they do.
This is
You're
true.
really not helping, Zach.
All right. Sorry. Don't worry. I don't think whatever's inside this house will do anything. I'm here, yeah? I'll take care of them. Or I think I can.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
You're not that scary, but thanks. I'll be sure to run behind you if I see one.
Ridiculous talk, though the temporary reprieve it lends is more than welcome. He offers me a smile in return, the least he could do. And with a slight motion of his head, he gestures for us to move ahead, while my own fears are left forgotten for the time being. The things inside my bag clatter softly against each other while I rummage for the keys to the mansion. I should have heard the telltale jiggle by now, but didn't I put it in my bag last night? Seconds later, I'm sitting on my heels, and one after another, I'm taking out everything from every pocket, every slip. It'll be a pain to put everything back together, put everything back later, but I'm sure it's just under these... nothing. Oh man, of all times to forget.
Is something the matter?
No, I'm sorry, Father. I think I left the key.
No use coming up with excuses. And right after they've both taken the time to go this far away from the city. With a heavy sigh, I grab the door handle to pull myself up. A string of apologies ready at the tip of my tongue.
Careful, Bella!
We've spoken with the current owners. Well, technically, you're not yet the owners, but...
That sounds like Rose. There's a brief moment of confusion, and then I'm falling. Oh shit, Rose probably opened the door from the other side. The momentum of the door swinging open pulls me back first into the mansion's foyer. Before I can make sense of what's happening.
Ow, my back.
What the... Isabella?
Oh, snap. No time to nurse my bruised back or make up excuses, because the next thing I know, Zach's gently pulling me upright by my arm. Rose looks down at me with a mixture of apprehension and something I couldn't quite place. I'd say it's relief, but sheesh. Good going, Isabella. Right after you volunteered to work on the papers. And standing behind her.
Ma'am Hannah! Mr. Wright!
Oh, the fancy people are here.
Oh, Isabel. We always meet in the most interesting circumstances.
Damn, girl, you keep saying Isabel, but it's fucking Isabella. I'll forgive, though, because of obvious reasons.
A complete understatement, darling. What are they doing in my house?
Abruptly, he waves his hand at Zack and Father Norman, like their presence is slightly against his own.
I thought you said you wanted to do paperwork duty. What are you doing here?
Like a deer caught in the headlights. Unfair, Rose. That's putting me on the spot. And it leaves me no other choice but to answer.
The reason why I'm here?
Well, spit it out, Lily. We don't have all day.
I'm just here to make sure everything is fine before you move in.
I'm so sorry, Mama. You said I'll go to hell if I lie. I likely will after this, but there's no other way. Well, it isn't entirely a lie. I am here making sure no one disturbs them after they move in. It just so happens that I'm checking for and trying to drive away. It just so happens that what I'm checking for and trying to drive away is of the paranormal variety.
Oh? The house appears impeccably fine to me.
Mr. Wright shifts his eyes around in a careful manner, as if he's looking for faults in every crevice of the house. The grin on his face, though, when he returns his attention to me, is similar to what my Kuya Jordan had often given me when he was up to something. Oh yeah, Kuya means brother, just so you know. Usually a scare prank that inevitably ended in me crying. I never did forget the way my brother sneered at me then. A part of me thinks that perhaps if I hadn't been the object of his mischief in childhood, I would have grown a little braver.
Come on, little Lily. Lying doesn't do that cute little face any justice. I'm a very patient man. Now, why are you really here?
Right now, in the face of an almost identical expression, perhaps even crueler than what I'm used to, the lie I told falls apart.
The truth is, I was just thinking we could have the house blessed before move-in day.
And why would we ever need to have this house blessed?
For luck and protection?
I shrink under his scrutinizing gaze. For a second, I think that I'll start shouting at me. Instead, he laughs. Not the mocking, jeering kind, but one wondering if he's hearing things right. I'd say he was amused, but I honestly couldn't understand what's so funny with what I just said. Was it really that weird? Wasn't it a custom here? I wish Becca was here to explain stuff like this.
That's rich coming from you. When we saw Devlin Court, you didn't.
It's a small custom back home. I thought it would be nice to do something that would bring positive energy to the mansion since this place has been empty for years.
And the papers, Isabella? I hope you did those first before this.
Of course I did. It's almost done, in fact.
Damn.
But there are some items I still have to double check before finalizing everything. You know I don't sign without a thorough inspection. And well, this is what this is for,
Nice
too.
recovery,
I just
Isabella.
thought it would be more efficient to do both at the same time.
Here, I thought you didn't want to go back.
A job is a job, Rose. Gotta do what you gotta do to make a living.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then go ahead. No need
Nice.
to be so hard on her, Rosie.
Nice.
I personally think it's a nice touch. I was actually thinking of the same thing, but you beat me to it.
Darling, Buttercup, please. You know these things don't work. No offense meant to the holy man, of course. That does not explain the nigger, though.
Are you... No. No, they did not do that. Oh shit, this video is gonna get... Oh shit. Dude, I do not fucking like this guy. All of a sudden, there's an awkward silence that even Rose, of all people, seems reluctant to break. Although a desire to do... Oh my god, that really fucking threw me off. I can't believe they actually kept that in the game. Although a desire to do so is evident in the way her eyes nervously shifts to Mr. Wright. Meanwhile, Zach's grip on my arm suddenly tightens. He doesn't say anything further, but there's a conflicted look on him when I glance up. That's the face he only makes when he desperately wants to give someone a piece of his mind, but chooses not to do so, mostly to avoid confrontation or fanning the flames to an argument. He's always been like this. Even among his own friends, he chooses to take a placating stance despite holding opinions of his own. Not that I won't say anything. I know Mr. Wright's a client, but you can't just say that in front of other people, in front of Zach no less. If Ashton were here, I know he wouldn't stand for it, and neither do I. There was a reason my bullies back home never touched my younger brother again after I gave them a taste of their own medicine. He might be inches taller than me, but I'm pretty sure I can still stand a hit or two. I can still land a hit or two. Dude, yeah, Evil Outcast, I am like triggered too, man. I can't believe they did that shit. Damn. I can't believe the voice actor actually agreed to say that too. Maybe, if only I'm not going to get in trouble with BRC for it. But before any punch could be thrown, Ma'am Hannah cuts me in.
Lucille Mitchell Wright.
There you go, Ma'am Hannah. That's right. Whip that boy into shape. In a voice too firm, demanding his complete silence.
What?
Instead of answering, she merely crosses her arms and shoots her husband a sharp, disapproving glare. That seems to have done the trick. Yeah, you little bitch. He immediately shuts his mouth, but not before muttering a few inaudible words under his breath. Yeah, I can't believe that. I can't believe she's married to a fucking prick like that. But shit. At least she whipped him back into shape. Man, I would I did not tolerate that shit. Like, you don't call me that. I've been called that too many times, but man, like, fucking Rose is just like looking away awkwardly. She's in between these two people. At this, Ma'am Hannah could only sigh and roll her eyes, more than happy to get back to the topic at hand.
I'm sure she knows what she's doing, love. She got us the house, remember? Who knows what a little positive vibe can do? It could even give us what we've been eagerly waiting for all these years.
What have we been waiting for? I don't think I was ever informed of.
Nothing you should worry about right now. Anyway, we've still got a few things we need to discuss with Rosie here. Over lunch?
I'm still thrown off by what
I
you
hope you
said,
don't
though.
mind, Isabel. We'd love to take you with us, but...
Oh, no. Go ahead, ma'am. This'll take time. That's why there's two of us working on this.
Rose looks like she's about to murder someone. Probably me. At least she won't have to stay in a haunted property. She's getting the better end of this deal, if anyone's going to ask me.
Oh, wonderful. I hope the next time the three of us meet, it'll be over a closed deal, hmm?
Of course, ma'am. Please look forward to it.
Rose hurriedly hands me the keys to the house before leaving, mouthing reminders to secure the place and harmless threats for throwing her under the bus. I return it with a reassuring smile of my own, even if she's the one who often forgets. Sheesh. And just like that, gone, just as quickly as they appeared, fleeting from one scene to the next, and leaving me wondering if this is simply what's typical for the rich and famous. If so, I'd rather stay with my rundown apartment or our little shack back home. There's still joy in the smallest things, after all. With a house this big, it's not surprising when the ceremony takes a few hours to finish. The sun's already high by the time we've gone through the last room. I can never say I'm a devout follower of my own faith, even with Mama and Papa's teachings. But hearing every word Father Norman uttered as he went around the house has put me at ease. All of a sudden, the mansion doesn't seem so scary anymore. Maybe there is an end to this, or perhaps this is the end. Father Norman bids us goodbye upon exiting the mansion grounds. He has business in the village nearby, he says, a minute gesture to reach out to the members of their parish every once in a while. It reminds me of a distant memory of helping hands and a few kind smiles that helped my family pull through when times were tough. But before he leaves...
Isabella, a word before I go? Zachary hasn't been really forthcoming with your situation, and it is something I understand it wasn't his to share. But whatever burdens you, know that it's not a permanent fixture in your life. Besides, you have people to bear it with.
I bite back the harsh retorts before they come out, masking it with a smile as we wave the good priest off. His words, though meant to comfort, has only left a bitter taste in my mouth. And if they don't believe you, what am I going to do? A hand lands briefly on my shoulders, taking me out of my thoughts before they take a sullen turn. But my smile doesn't quite reach my ears when I turn to him.
Say, do you want to go somewhere?
Right now? Where to?
Shit, this guy wants to take me on a date now. So this was his plan all along.
Anywhere in the city. I'll leave it up to you.
Shit. Should I take his offer? I mean, it might be good for Isabella, but like, and he is offering, but like, the thing is, I'm like trying to like, I'm probably like trying to smash one of the girls. I'm just saying, but like, I'm at a dilemma here. Yeah, go out with him. Yeah, should I hang out with him? What do you think, Evil Outcast? I'd like your input. You think I should go out with him? You know what? I think it might do good for him because, like, he just had somebody call him the N-word and he probably needs somebody to vent with. So I'm gonna hang out with him.
It wouldn't hurt. I've got some stuff I need to buy. Groceries. And there's a shop I want to check.
Is it real food this time?
Let me guess. Rebecca?
She's just worried about you. Even I can't eat that much instant noodles.
Think of it as a talent.
A talent eating ramen noodles. I mean, I guess eating that many ramen noodles and looking that fly? Sure. I'll say that, yeah, that's a talent.
Let's just go, Zach.
I smile, a real one this time, devoid of any unpleasant thoughts. Relationship shit, it's gone up. Oh, if I go anymore, it's gonna get romantic and shit. Damn. Regardless of what happened between us these past few days, I don't want to think harshly of them. Zach had me wait on a nearby bench upon arriving, prior to going off somewhere. Excuse me. He hasn't returned since, and it's been a good 20 minutes of being left alone entirely to my thoughts. In this weather, the city park gives off a lazier and more languid vibe than usual. Where children are usually seen running around and playing, there are now people leaning back on their picnic blankets, simply enjoying the afternoon sun. The smell of food drifts from nearby carts, and if the wind blows in the right direction, one would catch the whiff of freshly trimmed grass. I'd gladly sleep on this bench if I wasn't waiting for anyone. Soon enough, I see his hulking figure running towards me, carrying a medium-sized box on one hand and casually waving the other at me. Evil Outcast says, honestly, I would have to punch him in the jaw. Yeah, what that dude said was so racist, man. Yeah, it's pretty messed up. Anyways, continuing with the story. He's panting when he reaches my bench, Sweat drips profusely from his forehead, but there's a grin on his face.
Sorry, the line was really long. Really long.
Really long. You want to know what else was long? Shit, never mind.
You didn't have to run. Sit down first.
Nah, I'm good. Didn't want to make you wait for these.
Damn, Zach's a nice guy, though. Shit. I already know what's in the blue box before he opens it. Oh, you know what? Yeah, marry the guy. He gets you fucking cinnamon rolls? Yeah, I would marry the shit out of that guy. I'm just saying, man. This reminds me of, like, my wife and I, when we go out for dates, there's this one cinnamon roll, like, cafe that we used to go to on, not too far from my work. And you know what? Those are, like, some of the best dates where we just do something simple, you know? Go out for a coffee and just it's all about us, you know, just catching up and talking. We have like opposite schedules, so it's sometimes a bit rough, but yeah, Evil Outcast, cinnamon rolls is where it's at, man, with the fucking icing sugar or on the top, or the cinnamon rolls, all 6 of them topped with a white cream cheese glaze. Oh my god, the very same one I bought after I sold my first property. Dude, this guy is so thoughtful, man. After I met Zach, Ash, and Becca, funny how such a small thing could trigger a distant memory, no matter how mundane it really is. I don't say no to free food, but why is he getting me these now?
What for?
Just having a quick... yeah, I'm drooling too, bro. He leans on the empty space beside me, wiping the sweat off his forehead before answering.
An apology. And as thanks for yesterday and the other day.
You don't have to buy me anything, Zach.
You were upset. You haven't been yourself recently, and people kind of miss that, you know?
Are you just saying that, or...
No, really. Rebecca told me.
Yeah.
You know how she is. Ashton, too.
Ashton was an ass. He should have been named Ashhole instead.
You went a little overboard, yeah. I can talk to him if you want.
He'll still tease me about it, even if it's Rebecca telling him to stop. Besides, I can handle him.
Man, Isabella has a really good group of friends. I mean, low-key, I'm kind of jelly. I'm not gonna lie.
You always do. And yesterday, when you talked me through my little slump, I thought, hey, I want our old Isabella back. Are you still upset?
Evil Outcast says, I ought to do that for my significant other if I had one. LeMayo. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, Ash is another interesting character as well. Yeah. There are times when I wish Zach had been my big brother, or Becca, my older sister. Damn, you got a brother zone him? Shit. The bro zone. Ah, shit. Maybe life would have been a little easier then. I totally agree with that though. Like some of my friends, they're kind of the family that I choose to have, you know, like some of my closest friends, they've been like my older siblings or like an older brother or sister to me, you know, called me out whenever I messed up and stuff like that. So I totally agree where she's coming from. Maybe Papa wouldn't be as sick as he is. Maybe I wouldn't be alone here. Well, we can fix that by the end of this game. But then again, if they are what I wish them to be, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have met Ash too. Life back home is tough, but for all that, I wouldn't change it for one selfish wish. In this city of 68,000 people, I have people I could depend on. 3 of them, in fact. When you think about it, when you compare the numbers to the odds of finding someone like them amidst the sea of nameless people, I'm lucky. Yo, that's so true. It's not about like the amount of friends that you have, but it's the ones that you truly cherish, you know. the ones you can always count on. So like it's like me too. I have a handful of friends, like the amount of like close friends that I deeply trust. I can count them on my fingers. I definitely have more friends, but like it's those ones, you know, like my day oneers, my OGs that, you know, I can always count on them and they can always count on me. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to have.
Thanks a lot for today, Zach. You didn't have to, but you did. I can always count on you.
Just me? No Ashton or Rebecca? Oh boy, they won't be happy to hear that. I don't mind being the favorite, though.
Yeah, shit.
Nope, no favorites. But you cook better than both of them, so that's a plus.
Yeah, she's like this. Like she should like pick this guy up already. He can cook. Man, he's a nice dude. Like shit.
It's always been food with you, ain't it?
Don't put it like that. You're making me sound like a glutton.
I'm not saying you are, but it does feel good to know there's someone I can invite for food to be able to eat all of it.
Only that? I thought we were also art buddies.
Oh, that too. But the food thing really stands out when you think about it. You do eat a lot for someone your, size.
That's what I was saying. Like, yeah, it is a talent that she can eat that much and look that fly. I'm just saying.
Hello. I take pride in my height.
So, is it okay now? Do you feel better? Does it still scare you?
A little. I'll be okay. I'll figure it out somehow. It's not as bad as the other day, and Father Norman helped too.
We can
shit,
visit
I
him
skipped it.
anytime. He loves hearing from the young ones.
From the young ones. I wonder if why Father loves hearing from the young ones so much.
He isn't
Shit.
that old, is he?
Don't know. He doesn't tell. I think I might have seen his face somewhere before. I just couldn't recall when or where. Ash says he looks like his boss, so the bartender at the local pub if he squints. Don't take his word for it, of course. He might have accidentally inhaled something from the forensic lab again when he said that.
This time, the laughter that comes from both of us is genuine. Back to the usual. Things may not have been the easiest lately, but it certainly isn't the worst that has happened. We do end up sharing the cinnamon buns between us, despite Zach's insistence that it's only for me. But more than the food, there's relief and contentment.
If you need anything, just ring, okay? Like when Ash annoys you too much. I'll help you with him, best friend or not.
No way. I can take him on.
Still an extra muscle wouldn't hurt, yeah? Just let me know, and I'll back you up.
Yeah,
My
Zach's
sister
a
knows
good
this
guy.
one thing to shut him up when he's being his usual self. Ask me what it is whenever you want, and I'll spill it.
I don't think that's necessary, but thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
He leaves me with a smile and a wave. Off to some new gig again. As for me, we still need to talk. Becca, Ash, and I. Put pretty arguments aside, like the adults we all are. This, however, is a start, no matter how small it may be. I just hope I can keep them safe. A light wind blows again, sending dried leaves swirling and the distant smell of earth into the air. For the first time, the sunlight feels less harsh. Maybe a walk is good. I need to visit the grocery store too. Come to think of it, wasn't there an art store that opened recently near the park? Alright then, let's see. Might be time to save. There's a big loading screen, which means something big might be happening. Might be a good idea. Oh. This game is taking quite a bit of time to load, so I might as well just save while I'm at it. Oh, we still got 4 people in here. Interesting. Yo, Evil Outcast, you're still here. That's great to see you. Thanks for sticking around, man. Yeah, I know I picked a unusual day to stream. I'm trying to stream on like the weekends, like a Sunday or something like that, but yesterday was Father's Day and I decided that, you know what, not too many people would be spending their time online and stuff, so but yeah, I think next week I'll probably stream it on Sunday, probably get a bigger crowd here, but you know what? 4 people, you know, I'll take it, man. If people want to chill out and hang out with me while I play a game, and it's all good. This is a bit worrisome, though. That this screen is taking a while to load. I wonder. Alright, the game's over. It's time to go home, guys. Shit. But yeah, you know what? I think I might go grab me another beverage. That might be something. But yeah, so I'm going to quickly transition for another quick break, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, seems like I'm having a couple technical difficulties here. You know what, I'm gonna try and reboot the game here in a quick moment, and just trying to figure out what's going on here. Let's see here. Let me see here if this thing is going to work or not. You know what? I think I'm gonna need to look at this here. I'm going to look into getting a new game capture. Yeah, it's funny. These things happen, so what I'm going to do is let's see if that works. Okay. Should be back. There we go. Should be back online now. And hopefully this thing isn't stuck loading, because if it is, I might be in a bit of trouble here, and we might need to cut the stream really short. In the meantime, I shall look at the timeline. New journal entries. I see here. Undiscovered journal entry. Okay, cool. I guess in the meantime, while this thing loads, this is very unusual, but I see. Okay, so these are all the different entries of the things that happened that day. I'll probably take the time to look at those in my free time, but maybe I shall. Auto next. There we go. So she encountered a strange cat in the park, then I guess while she was dozing off. It's weird how that game glitched out like that. Okay, but we're back. And yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen again. But we'll see. It's an odd name to give to a cat, in my opinion. Beruthiel. I don't know how to pronounce that. But it speaks grace, much like the one that carries it. It shows in the way she swishes his tail. He swishes his tail, and his eyes follow my hand's every movement. I'm not sure what he finds fascinating in me, to be honest. I wasn't the very picture of grace when he found me, after all. It was a bad idea, carrying 2 heavy bags of newly bought art materials and groceries without help or a sure ride home. Oh, I see. In hindsight, perhaps I should have bought all of these at the same time. I didn't even make it past the park. Okay, so yeah, she went and got her groceries and went back to the park. Okay. And now, I'm suffering underneath the glaring afternoon sun, hunched up on a park bench and drenched in sweat, in the company of a cat, curiously watching my every movement. I hope it stays where it is. It's just a black cat, but back at home, they're considered ill omens. Yeah, black cats are typically bad luck, but...
Don't look at me like that. I can act graceful as well if I want to.
Not that I've ever acted graceful in my life, of course. Growing up with the rowdy younger brothers and sisters does that. Or maybe it's the opposite. Mama used to call me a little troublemaker before. Well, graceful or not, there's no use moping. A short breather, and then I'm off home. Besides, it isn't like the company's bad, even if it's a cat, as long as it doesn't bite or crosses my path.
Where's your owner, anyway?
He has one, doesn't he? An owner? That's what the collar's for, isn't it? A bandage is wrapped on one of its paws, though. I wonder what happened to it. Did he run away?
Well, if you don't have one, I won't be able to take you in. My apartment doesn't allow pets. I tried to bring one home before, a cat. Not black, of course.
Hey, why are you discriminating against black cats, huh? Shit, you were just hanging out with a black dude. No, I'm just kidding, no.
And Rebecca threw a fit before the landlady could.
I take a small pocket of sweets from one of the bags beside me and pop it open. Evil Outcast says black cats are beautiful. I agree, black cats are very beautiful. Like in my neighborhood, there's like this black cat with green eyes, and he's a very curious individual. Like, keeps his distance, but he's not threatening in the least. Like, he's curious and friendly, but always keeps his distance. I don't know, I like the company of cats. They're very chill, yeah. As I'm about to put one into my mouth, he meows. My hand stops.
Do you want one?
Aw. He doesn't meow again, as I'm expecting him to, but I take his unblinking gaze as a yes. I shift the piece to my palm and hold it out to him warily. He sniffs at it once, twice before...
Baruthia!
Beruthiel. Oh, that sounds like that Irish girl that... Like a good, properly trained pet, Beruthiel responds as soon as he's called. Recognition comes as soon as my head snaps in the direction of the voice. Yeah, it's that girl. Miss McCullough's hard to miss. What with her height.
I'm sorry. Did my cat hurt you?
Okay, let's see here. Yeah, it's Marianne. The character's name is Marianne. Yeah, my wife's name is Marianne. My wife just looked over, so...
Miss Santos, was it? I'm surprised to see you here.
Nice to meet you again, Miss McCullough.
Were you harmed in any way? I'm sorry. Beruthiel's not exactly fond of other people.
Even run away from the veterinarian right now.
Oh no, he was just sniffing my hand earlier.
My Bruthiel's a she.
Okay. Okay, it's a she. Alright then. Alright. Yeah, evil outcasts. Yeah, they are. That's my kryptonite right there. Chia. Okay. The pause in conversation, if this can be called one, is uncomfortable. We're merely two people working different jobs for the same client. Frankly, meetings like this don't happen a lot, and if it does, a simple nodding of heads is enough. Yeah, evil outcast. If you're curious who she is, she's the interior designer for the fancy rich people that are moving into that haunted house. Still trying to be friendly wouldn't hurt, right? Talk about her cat, or talk about her job. Which cat we talk about? Shit. All right. Talk about her job. What do you think, evil outcast? Which one do you think we should pick? Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking like, I don't know. There's not much more to talk about our cat. We could talk about the job. Yeah. It's like when you try to get to know somebody new, and it's like, oh, what, just trying to know more about them.
I'm just curious.
Oh shit!
About your work.
Relationship went up.
What about it?
There's something guarded in her expression at mention of work, but I pushed through with my question.
I just want to know how it is to work on a house like the Ermengarde Mansion. Is it hard?
Good choice, evil outcast. I guess she wasn't expecting a question like that. If the way her eyebrows shot up tells me something.
Because of its age? I wouldn't say it is. It is a challenge, considering the factors me and my team have to sort out. But it's a good project. A breath of fresh air from what I usually work on. And I have a good team. Those original fittings, though. It might be old, but the architecture is magnificent. I'm sure you've seen the stained glass windows in the foyer. Oh, I can already think of so many things I could do with it. But of course, my team will have to double check for necessary repairs here and there. That's probably for the best. It's easy to break some key elements with a rush restoration job, and who knows what other hidden issues there might be underneath. People can be so careless.
Yeah, damn, she's really passionate about this this interior design.
I spoke too much.
Oh shit, she's blushing.
No, it's okay. You seem to really love what you're doing.
It's not really like that. I'm just lucky to have found work in an interesting field. Anyway, Bruthiel's due for her visit to the vet. Nice talking to you, Miss Santos. I wish you luck with what you're planning to work on. It seems like a big project, too.
She gestures with her head towards the bags. The ones filled with stuff I've recently bought from the art store.
It's a project for a friend, actually.
All the same. Good luck.
Yeah, perhaps you can help me with that art project sometime. I don't know. Know what I'm saying? Alright. Shit, alright. Well, no, that's progress. That's progress. I watched her as she leaves, though she stops shortly before crossing the threshold, separating the park and the street. She faces me again, looking like there's something she has forgotten to say.
By the way, about the Ermengarde Mansion, with my clients, it's the rights, I mean, I hope you don't mind me asking, but has the deal been finalized?
There's still a few papers they need, but the house is more or less theirs now.
Ah, thank you. That's all I needed to know.
Yeah, she dresses very eccentric, actually.
Wait, about the mansion, the
letter. The same one they saw. Evil outcast. Yeah, no, she's my type too. Yeah, I like that pouty face. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I just like the gothic looking chicks with the pale skin and dark hair. That's my thing. I don't know. I guess I haven't changed since my emo days. Whoever she is, she's asking for help. Someone. I want to tell Miss McCullough what the urban legends. I want to tell Miss McCullough that the urban legends aren't just legends anymore. They're real. She's not gonna believe me though.
Don't mind me. I I need to go too. Have a good day, Miss McCullough.
I hastened to pick up all the bags I'd left on the bench and ran as far as my legs can take me. In that moment, what I'm carrying in my hands weighs far lighter than the overwhelming guilt trying to consume me. Home. I want to go home. Anywhere where I won't be reminded of the house, of her, of my own cowardice. The food tastes less appetizing tonight. A pity. One would think that someone who has been on a continuous binge of instant noodles would find a home-cooked meal enjoyable, but it isn't. Hunger isn't what's gnawing at me tonight. Neither are my sore muscles. The TV runs loudly in the background, but what it says barely registers in my brain. It's hard when the things you're trying to forget keep returning to the forefront of your mind. It distracts you, eats at you, devours you. I wish this would stop. I wish I wasn't the one who picked it up. I wish it was someone else.
In other local news, a woman was found dead in her home.
Oh shit.
Luxbourne police officials are currently investigating the crime scene, but has classified the case as homicide.
Huh?
The victim, identified as Rose Pamela Cooper, 33 years old.
No.
Working as a real estate agent.
No. Rose? Rose?
Discovered lying in a pool of blood in her two-bedroom flat with the words "Help me" repeatedly written on the walls.
Oh shit. No. No. This isn't what I want. This isn't supposed to happen. None of this was supposed to happen. No one's supposed to die. Those are just stories, right? Legends. That's what everyone has kept telling me. So why? And I... Immediately, I rushed to my study table in search of my phone. Evil Outcast says, bye-bye, waifu. Yeah, man. Shit. I was wondering why there was no relationship bar for her. But I guess it's because she wasn't going to stick around for long. Shit, she was like flirting with me and shit too. Immediately, I rushed to my study table in search of my phone. My hand, cold from dread, clings tightly to it as soon as I touch its edges. A piece of folded paper, the letter, lying unassumably beside it, slips to the floor when I pick up the device. But I pay it no mind. There are more important things. Right now, I need to call her. I need to call her. I was with her. I was just with her not too long ago, and she was okay. No. It isn't Rose. I'm sure of it. I just talked to her and... A sob escapes me, and hot tears begin to blur my vision. One after another, they trickle down, weighted by the very same guilt I refuse to admit I've been carrying from the start. The same ones I've been hiding from. The same one that has put the people I care about in danger. My hands shake as I navigate to Rosa's number on my contacts list. She'll answer, right? That's what she always does. She'll pick it up, tell me to turn down the waterworks, and calls me a wuss afterwards.
She'll answer. Please answer, Rose.
Evil Outcast says, this music, who was in the studio? That's what I'm wondering too, man. This music is actually really good. Again and again, I dial, whispering, praying, pleading.
Come on, Rose. Don't do this to me. Please pick up. I know you're there, Rose. You're not dead. Please tell me you're not.
This adds to the series of deaths and disappearances that has plagued Luxbourne in the recent years. The authorities are currently looking at a possible link with the notorious Anselm Butcher case.
The TV runs loudly in the background. A deafening static sounds from my phone's speakers. But in my ears, I can only hear the screams. her pleas, her whispers. You're not safe. A buzzing sensation jolts me awake. My body still wants to sleep, to forget what I heard, what I saw last night. But it's there, nudging, prodding at me. Slowly, I become aware of how awkward my position is, and the aches that accompany sleeping in a curled-up position the night before. If I even slept at all. The memories are impossible to forget now that Rose is gone. They say it's easier when you say it out loud. Instead, the words weigh heavier on me each time. She's gone. Gone because of me. Gone because of one letter I was too curious to look at. I should have been more careful. I should have just kept my mouth shut. I should have destroyed it before anyone else had gotten involved. I should have... The notification light on my laptop blinks incessantly, mockingly, when I look at it, as if it's calling me back to a sense of normalcy. I check it, nevertheless, out of habit more than anything. Okay, I shall read this. To all BRC employees, in the light of the recent events, there will be an all-staff emergency meeting from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Attendance is a must. Company changes, new hierarchy, and policies will all be discussed during the meeting. Everyone is expected to bring a copy of their own attendance logs and sales reports for the last 6 months to be submitted for your respective managers for review. We are expecting everyone's cooperation. Oh my god. If this were one of those typical days, I'd happily comply and get myself to our office. But today my limbs just feel heavy. On one hand, going will keep me busy, take my mind elsewhere. On the other, the place in itself is a stark reminder of what my own fears have cost me. I should just go to work or stay home. Alex Moo, what is up, brother? It's good to see you here. Yeah, man, like we're just playing the letter. Just some crazy shit just went down, man. Like one of our good friends passed away in a mysterious murder, and it's because of this stupid ass, crazy ass haunted house that we were trying to sell. And now I'm faced with the dilemma of going to work or staying at home. Honestly, in that position, I'm just gonna stay at home, honestly. My hand automatically moves to press the delete button. What's the use? I won't be able to work anyway. Not with this weighing down on me. Not with the images flashing in my mind. Not with these voices calling for me. Over and over and over. I flop back down on my bed and discard the phone on the nest of pillows beside me. The TV is still running. I notice vaguely, having been left open the night before, though I have no desire nor interest in it now. Rose is dead, and it's all my fault. Shoving a pillow over my head, I make an attempt to sleep again. Anything just so I won't feel this heavy feeling in my chest. Oh shit, Becca's calling me. A cheerful voice with a tinge of hesitance greets me when I answer the sudden call.
Hey there! How are you feeling?
Good morning, Becca.
I just want to check on you. I heard the news. How are you doing?
It's as if her question has opened a dam of emotions I've been keeping at bay.
Becca. Rose, she...
Shh. It's okay. I know. I'm sorry. I know how much she means to you.
No, you don't understand! This is what I've been telling you guys!
Yeah, all you bitch asses didn't believe that this house was haunted and all this weird shit's been happening.
What you've been telling... Alright. Tell you what. Why don't we eat dinner together today? I heard the diner near your office is serving your favorite today. My treat?
Alex Mew says, I loved your last video, by the way. Yo, dude, thank you so much, man. Yeah, I worked with another really talented narrator named SpookYou. And the one before, yeah, I worked with Evil Outcast, and he's here in the chat, and he's the voice of the priest. So, yeah, no, man, it's been good. I love collaborating with my fellow narrators. It's always good. Gives me more incentive to get up on my ass and actually get some videos out too. So, yeah, no, it's cool. Yeah, thanks, Alex Moon. Oh, meet up with her or decline the offer? You know what? I'm trying to get in there, so I'm gonna save, but yeah, I'm gonna meet up with her. Shit, let's see. Perhaps it's better to talk to Becca about this in person, not over the phone and when I'm calm. It's not too late. She might still listen as a reasonable explanation.
Okay, okay. I'll meet you after school. So long as you don't make me pay, okay? I've already treated you to free food the other day.
You know I'm not like that. If there's anyone who should be complaining here, it's me.
But promise me you'll stay safe, alright?
What's gotten into you? I don't think that's necessary, considering I'll be at school the whole day.
Oh shit, I'm just worried that like all of my friends are slowly gonna die.
I'll wait for you here, understood? Don't be late. I can only stay until...
Promise me. If something bad happens, you'll run and...
The Luxbourne Police Department continues its search for the following reported missing people.
Oh shit, yeah, a lot of people have been disappearing. I lift the phone away from my ears and turn my attention to the news. Never mind that Becca's still on the line. These faces. Hold on a second. Missing? Aren't they?
Becca, I'll call you back. There's something I have to look up.
Yeah, because like there's some employees that weren't showing up for work, so they...
Wait, Isabella, what are you...
Frantic, I press the end call button and open my laptop. The loud tapping of my fingers against the keys fills the room for the rest of the day as I look through everything. The background about the place, its history, and the current owners, and the list of employees hired by BRC. Shit, so like, I agreed to go out with her, and I guess I'm staying in the house then. Shit, alright. And I'm right. Of course I am. BRC may have a lot of staff. They may have a lot of agents hired, but I remember those names anywhere. After all, they're part of the crew who worked with us in preparing the mansion for the open house. Still, I've got to check. One by one, call after call, I go through each person missing on the list. This isn't anything illegal, right? I'm just someone concerned for a fellow coworker. The night has fallen by the time I've gone through the whole thing. They're gone. They're really gone. No one knows where, but they're gone. Then the letters... No, that can't be. I hope it's not what I'm thinking.
But Rose is...
Something snaps into place in the fraction of a moment. These people and Rose...
I need to tell someone.
They need to know. Ash, Zach, Becca. That's right. We agreed to meet. She needs to know. Of course. Of course. The letter, my phone, papers, anything that will be useful. I grab all of them and make a run for the nearest bus stop. I'm already late. Becca must be really annoyed at me. But maybe if I use the subway, I can still get to her before her patient snaps. Oh. As I run by, I pick up my phone to my ear. Her number's already being dialed. Each rings in sync with a quick tapping of my foot against the pavement, the sound taking away the edge from the agonizing wait. She's not answering. Oh my god. I turn to the nearest shortcut I know. A small street Becca has warned me to never take before. Oh shit, then why are you taking it, girl? No lights, no other pedestrians passing by at this time of the night. It's dangerous, but right now, I have to. If I want to fix this, I have to get to her. Reaching the crosswalk at the end of the short avenue is a relief. A little more, and I'll be at the station once I get to the other side of the street. My fingers fly over the keypad once again in an attempt to call her. 5 seconds till the signs change. Please answer. 4 seconds. Becca's still not picking up. 3. I redial her number for the 3rd time. 2. Please, please, I beg of you. 1. My feet are already moving. And finally it connects. Help me. The world grinds to a halt. And when I look up, she's there. Oh shit. With the same misshapen face, tattered clothes, and unsightly gait, her voice reaches out to me again, calling like the other time, like every other time. Alex Moo says, future streams playing fiddlesticks. What do you think? I'm not sure. I mean, I'll have to definitely look into that. And yeah, you never know. I'm going to try and make streaming a weekly thing. So I'll definitely bring it into consideration. Maybe it might be a good switch up in pace from this game. So who knows? We'll see. Now if we'll continue with the story. Whispering, whispering, and whispering, drowning my ear with endless pleas and cries. Gripping me with words I couldn't even begin to understand. There are shadows pulling at the edges of my vision, and the terror her presence brings wound itself tighter on my legs this time, pinning me to the ground. Yeah, those eyes, man, that's just pure evil right there.
No! Enough! How can I possibly help you? I couldn't even help myself. Or the people I dragged into this!
She smiles, her lips contorting into something menacing. And right then and there, I understand the cutting anger in her eyes and the depth of the circumstances we found ourselves in. There is no escape. Is this the last thing I see before my phone slips from my fingers and... Shit. Dude. Dude, are we just gonna cut off like that? Oh shit. Oh shit. You know what? I'm gonna save. You know what? I'm gonna save a separate one. Shit, dude. No, now we're playing from a different character's perspective. You know what? I might play for a little bit more, and then just to get a feel of what this character's arc is going to be. So yeah, we're going to be cycling through all of the characters then. Oh snap, dude! Like even her relationship with her husband isn't even maxed out. I could tell there's a lot of issues in their relationship. So, shit. All right. It is far too easy to get them to pay attention. Enraptured. They hang on to my every word and follow my every move. All of it would be stifling had I not grown used to such stares. Most are respectful, some are hostile, if we are honest, and a few are downright inappropriate. After all, I am...
Honor right!
Honor right. This guy's fucking English accent is... Okay. There's a moment of agitation as a familiar but less than welcome face approaches me with a suggestive smirk on its face. Of course, I have to keep a benevolent smile and greet him as I greet any good friend. After all, this man can turn heads, being famous in his own right.
Officer Lee! What a pleasant surprise. I didn't think you'd have the time to attend tonight's party.
He is more Luke's friend than mine, really, and I'm quite sure I only invited his wife. Much like I'm only friends with the Chief Inspector because of Luke. Luke is only friends with Rochelle because of me. Unlike how I treated Lee, however, Luke never hid his animosity for Lee's matriarch. It was an odd sort of friendship where we'd have awkward double dates. I don't even recall his first name. It started with an N, I think. I might be wrong. Aside from being Chief Inspector of Luxburn Police, his wife, Rochelle Lee Neve Vance, owns a general electronics company. Fridges and freezers, mostly.
Oh, I always have time for my favorite socialite couple. Might I say, you look positively ravishing tonight.
Dude, this guy's hella creepy, man.
I see the husband isn't with you.
Bro, no way. You fucking creepo. The way he eyes me up is enough to make my skin crawl. I just wish Luke is here to fend off the more unseemly of our peers. You know the ones. Men who are just a bit too friendly, staring too long at my assets, getting close just because my husband is not there. And to think they have the gall to do this at my own party. In my own house, if I might add. But like any high society woman worth her salt, I know how to handle it with grace and dignity.
I suppose you're looking pleasant as well. Luke's busy with work, unfortunately.
He does look, Evil Outcast says, he does look decent for someone who sounds like MK11 Kano. Yeah, he sounds like Kano for sure, dude. Alex Moose says, this officer is weird. Yeah, dude, he's fucking creepy, man.
Michelle isn't here?
A shame. I do hope he isn't causing you much trouble. That husband of yours can be a bit daft sometimes, acting like he's still some young bachelor. The wife sends her regards and her apologies, but something came up with her doctor and she needed to attend to it. You know her, being pregnant and all.
Dude, this guy's wife is pregnant and he's like off flirting with girls and shit? Damn. We make small talk. Rather, I'm forced to do so, as he would not leave my side after finding his place there. Much to my chagrin, I've been extricated from the few who flock in hopes of flattering, for I can tolerate them far better than Lee. He is a nice enough person, and I adore his wife, who's obviously the brains behind the two, yeah, definitely. But there's something unsettling about him. I do not trust him as much as I want to. He regaled me to the tales of the Luxbourne Police Department, a different affair to the usual gossip I am privy to, and though I loathe to admit, is interesting nonetheless. I expect the topic of business to die out quickly, which would be understandable enough due to the confidential nature of his work. But oh boy, was I wrong.
So, wearing civvies, I steal and drive off with one of the police mobiles, right? In the mirror, I see the mutant chasing on foot and screaming about theft. The look on his face was priceless when I parked in the garage.
The look on his face was priceless when I parked in the... Oh yeah, okay, never mind, that's what he said just now.
Oh my! You made him chase you all the way home for a prank. What did Rochelle have to say about that?
Rochelle has a strange love and hate affair with Lee. He is a married man who did not grow up past his early 20s, judging by the way he acts. Surprisingly enough, they've been married for a good 20 years. A lifetime, if you compare it to my marriage of 7 years with Luke. I, on the other hand, well, Luke is no Lee. I should be happy about that, I suppose. Although, my darling did have his moments.
Hey, the wife pulled my ear and gave me a good talking to, though. Besides, we live in a flat a block away, so it wasn't much of a grand chase.
Weren't you living in a house near the countryside?
Moved for work, you know. Or you probably don't.
No, I don't. But a flat in downtown? I suppose if that's what you like.
Oh, it's horrid. Hate that tiny place, no matter how convenient it can be for work. 55 square yards are not enough when you need to get away from the wife.
What a guy, man. I don't really like this guy at all.
I wouldn't mind a place away from the city. Even started looking at the ads. I spied an interesting lot, actually. Heard it was finally put up for sale. Or that something mansion, you know the one with all the ghost stories.
Oh, so this is how she heard about the mansion. Okay. I know what he's talking about. There are really only a few urban legends out here. It's...
The Ermagerd mansion?
Ah, that's the one. Worthy of a king it is. I'd buy it myself, but Rochelle would only gripe if I brought it up to her. Not to mention all the expenses a place like that will be a real fixer-upper. You also have to find someone willing to work there with how superstitious people can be.
If it becomes a problem, just hire someone to do an exorcism.
Actually, I do know of someone who could be up to the task.
Evil Outcast says, "Oh god, I can't take this guy seriously. This Yorbo sounds like he's sounding like he's a drunk guy." Yeah, he's definitely drunk. He's definitely had a couple in him.
You remember the Ludgates party at their Christchurch summer residence?
Of course. It was an excellent soiree. Everything was so classy, too. Such good taste.
Oh, that place was a pigsty until they hired out this interior designer and they turned it into a bloody palace.
Bloody. I was waiting for the bloody.
She worked for the Exodus for their apartment in Soho too, and they recommended her when we were looking up pieces for our beach house in Porto Colom. I think I have a business card, right? No, I must have left it in my other jacket. Anyway, she's called, what's her name? McCullough, Marianne, I believe, yes. But truly, if anyone were to get that place in McCullough, well, they'd be the envy and the talk of the town.
Well, if you put it that way, I might just snatch it up for myself.
You know, these rich-ass people are always competing with each other and shit, so that's pretty much why she bought them. It seems like that's the reason why she bought the mansion.
This place was starting to feel a bit small lately anyway.
Bitch, look at how big this space is. Sure, a 3-story penthouse might not fit the definition of small for some people. Okay, maybe a lot of people. But it isn't big enough to have grand parties in. As it is, I only invited about 30 people to this one, and it already feels cramped in here. It certainly would be nice if I didn't have to ride an elevator up and down several floors before I can get anywhere as well. All Luke's words, and not mine. Besides, I've been looking for a good anniversary gift. Luke might like this one. Where is he anyway? Interesting. This guy has some screws loose. Yeah, definitely. Okay. You know what? I feel like this will be quite a bit of a drag. I'm curious, as there are 5 people here, and maybe I'll play for a little bit more. Luke's dressed to the nines, as he usually is, and he looks ready for whatever the day will throw at him. His butler and valet wait at his side, just in case he isn't as ready as he looks. Oh sure, that is normal. What is confusing me is the fact that he's on his way out of the penthouse, considering we won't have anywhere to go until much later.
Where are you going?
I am to attend the Triad Autumn Tasting. I do believe I informed you of this 2 weeks ago.
Yes. And might I remind you that I had stricken that off your schedule? Because 1, the doctor told you to stop consuming so much alcohol. And 2, I informed you a few days ago about the open house we are going to attend in its place. I've even found this marvelous interior designer, Mary Ann McCullough.
It's a 3.5-hour drive to Cardiff. I don't have time for this.
Yeah, man, this Luke guy seems like a fucking douchebag.
This is like that little party you threw all over again. You don't inform me of it, and you expect me to stay and be a gracious host when I have business elsewhere.
Yeah, this relationship is so dysfunctional. They're not communicating effectively at all.
You know how I operate, Hana. Unless this was penciled in, I am sticking to my schedule.
If I may intrude, the madam is correct. Your physician did insist you moderate your drinking, unless you wish to incur acute pancreatitis.
That's right, Johannes.
And you did have this open house penciled in last Wednesday morning.
Oj, att jag lägger German accent, ja.
Bollocks, I don't remember doing so.
Well, you did. While very hungover, in fact.
It sounds like English and like German, like a mix. And he is a fucking ginger, so... He did. moaned about me being too loud, but gave in after some pushing. Perhaps that was a bit too cruel and manipulative of me, but...
Whose side are you on?
Come on, Luke. You promised we'd do whatever I want this weekend.
Gordon Bennett, fine. I am giving this house tour of yours a chance. But if it proves to be a waste of time, I am going to Cardiff, and you are going to take a cab home. Are we clear?
Just gonna... maybe not. Okay. It's just a bit of a husband and wife tit for tat, isn't it? All couples have their arguments. Once the honeymoon phase is over, and as they seem to call it, reality sets in that you and your partner might not always see eye to eye. Perhaps it's been the years. 7 of them is nothing to scoff at.
Just cannot bloody believe I agreed to this. I was really looking forward to the triad tasting.
No, sometimes I think it's something a bit more than just simple disagreements, and I have to stop myself from wondering where we went wrong.
There's always the Triad Christmas tasting in Manchester next month, and that'll only be an hour-and-a-half drive.
Have I been neglectful? Have I offended? Have I acted shamefully?
Yes, but Cardiff...
Certainly. Any problem can be discussed, as long as he doesn't turn me away.
Well, there goes my good mood. Are you happy now, Hannah?
Why must he treat me this way? Remain silent? Man, this guy's an asshole. I'm gonna fucking defend myself, because I won't stand for that shit.
Yes, I am very happy, Luke. Because for once in a very long time, we are doing what I want. I'm ecstatic. Understood? And this would be perfect if you stop acting like a child who needs their nappy changed. We'll be leaving after lunch for the Ermengarde mansion.
Yeah, this guy's a bitch.
You are going to park your rear in the car and keep mum. And you are going to behave during the tour.
That's right, showing on it. Whip him back into shape. Needless to say, Luke looks a bit shocked at my little outburst. He opened and closed his mouth a few times, struggling to reply, before he crosses his arms to look like, well, a moping child.
Any more rules for this little excursion of yours, Your Highness?
Yeah, Luke is the guy who said the N-word, like flat out said the N-word. This guy, man. If I have a choice to like kill him off in the story, I'm definitely gonna do that.
No wine.
No wine? Unacceptable! I am already not allowed to the tasting, and you would deprive me of that simple pleasure?
If I see you take one sip today, I will put the stocks under lock and key. Do you understand me?
Oh shit.
Don't forget the bottles he keeps in his dresser.
Whose side are you on?
How many times in
I
one day
like
can
this
you ask
Johannes
that?
character.
As many times as I need you, traitor.
That's hilarious. The ride to the mansion is quiet, while Luke, having stared out the window the entire way, not paying attention to anything around him. Meanwhile, I'm conflicted. I don't know if I should apologize for changing his plans like that, but by the time we arrive at the mansion, and I see his eyes lit up with genuine interest, apologizing is the last thing on my mind. The whole affair with the Ermengarde mansion is certainly an interesting experience. The whole place had been renovated and restored by the owners to what they claim to be acceptable standards. The mansion itself looks like something befitting a fairy tale or a period piece. It is tastefully decorated, and with a little bit of love and attention, I'm sure it can be a place Luke and I can call home. And the number of other prospective buyers that have come from a powerful and wealthy of Lugsburn certainly did not disappoint, marking this estate as prime property. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, these fucking rich people, man, competing and shit. Evil Outcast says, forget punching him. I want to smash his head on a rock and put him into a spike. Vlad the Impaler style. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Yeah, that man, you say the N-word, like, with a hard R too, man, like, shit. The Lees are amongst the group who went with the Rose woman, and I saw a few other notable faces, though I did not really feel like mingling. Unfortunately for every one of them, the Wrights are interested in buying. What's been bugging my mind, however, is that Isabel. Oh shit. So we get to see Isabel from this perspective now. Yeah, she looks like she's seen a ghost. I mean, yeah, she actually has, so... What is her problem? I still don't quite understand what is happening. One moment she is scrambling to give us the paperwork to finalize the sale. Then she is panicking over some sort of prank letter or another.
Dear me, is Isabel alright?
It is apparent, with the way she shakes and by the pallor of her skin, something has really shaken her up.
Isabella, do you need me to call that ambulance?
I'm worried, but it will be best if she is attended to but it will be best if she is attended to by someone more familiar to her, like her partner. But even then, the girl refuses Rose's offered drink and looks just about ready to make a run for it.
No, I'm just feeling a bit out of it.
Yeah, it does feel weird seeing Isabella from the side.
Excuse me.
I love how it's written as Isabel.
Need to catch my breath.
It's written as Isabel here when her name is Isabella, because our fellow character always misnamed her. That's a funny touch. And she goes on, just as I predicted. Her and her partner follows like a cornered mother. There's an awkward air among us, and we are left in the wake of whatever that was. The others murmur and gossip with each other, speaking of the poor, daft girl, telling the tale to whoever was not audience to the act in the first place. It doesn't take too long for the woman Rose to return and pull us aside into the study for what I rightfully assume is damage control. Rose invites Marianne in too, hoping to apologize to her as well. But the woman refuses, saying she is not one of her clients anyway. That leaves myself, Rose, and Luke, the last all too eager to make himself comfortable in a study he's no doubt already claimed as his own.
I can't apologize enough about what just happened. Please forgive Isabella. She's been under a lot of pressure lately. She's young, and all those rumors about this being haunted just got to her head. And it must be this terrible heat, too. Not a drop of rain for days now.
Alright, Alex Smooth, thanks for swinging by, man. Appreciate it.
Are you sure it is wise to just let her go like that? Where is the poor dear? She might get hurt.
She's more likely to hurt somebody else, given what just happened.
I told her to sit down and take a break. Already rang someone to pick her up, too.
That might be for the best, dear. But please, we're here to talk about the mansion, yes? Why, I absolutely adore it. Don't you, Luke?
Yeah, because they haven't seen the fucking ghost yet.
Some of the rooms will certainly have to be repurposed. We want to change the appliances and have Marianne lead on the decor, but the whole thing is just lovely.
I guess. It's certainly a lot roomier than our penthouse.
Exactly. Lots of space for guests, parties, a lot of room for little ones to run around too.
Let's not discuss that right now, Buttercup.
Oh,
anyway,
shit.
I do think it would be a shame to let this mansion slip past us.
But you haven't even finished touring the house.
Well, we like what we've seen.
Damn, they are just persistent on this, or she is. I am making her job easier for her, am I not? No need for loans or long price negotiations. We can just sign a contract and close the deal. Really, you'd think the woman would be more happy about an easy sale. I know how these estates agents worked, how long they had to wait, and how much they had to spend, even just to get a single sale. Why, she should be jumping for joy by now. I'm sure the commission on this mansion is nothing to sneeze at, even if she has to split it with that Isabel girl.
Oh, do you think we could have horses here?
Yes, those do sound nice, love. Anyway, if anyone else is interested in buying this property, I assure you that I'm able and willing to give a better offer.
A vineyard would be nice. Or maybe
And we do reward our people quite generously, Rose. So if I were you, I would start on that paperwork.
helicopter pad.
This guy is obsessed with getting a helicopter pad. I pause. And there's a small moment of complete silence where Rose and I just stare incredulously at Luke. It is an unspoken understanding, a rule, between the two of us that we have to put on an act. With our social standing, where image matters, it is also important to avoid making enemies. And to follow this rule is an easy feat for me. From youth, I have been the well-trained social butterfly, gracious and graceful. Luke, on the other hand...
Wait, what, Luke? No, what? Whatever would we need a helipad for?
Well, he likes to play the fool sometimes, even if he is anything but. As he throws me a wry smile, I shake my head and beckon Rose over. This is to be our home, and there is nothing she or anyone else can do to change my mind. This is a place that speaks of power and importance and, at the same time, of safety and comfort. Perhaps we can even have our family here. There's definitely no better gift than this for our special date. Why, everything here is absolutely wonderful. Well, except for this ugly painting in the study. Shit. Is she not freaked out by that? It's like, what? It looks like a bad... it looks like a bad fake of an Edvard Munch painting.
Here's the deal. I'm willing to pay 10% higher than your listing price. If anyone tries to outbid us, just add another 5%. I doubt anyone can, of course. Or, you know what? Just add 15% to the listing price, and we can sign all the paperwork now.
I guess, if that's what you want. That won't be any trouble. I don't have all the papers now. Didn't think this would be a quick sell. I'll have copies sent to you so you can look over them.
I love her like customer service smile that she just
And
keeps
if you'd
up.
still like to finish the rest of the tour with Isabella's group, you're more than welcome to.
No, I think we're good here. We'd appreciate a private tour of the place a lot more, I think.
All right. Should I let Marianne in, then?
Marianne? Oh, right. She's been waiting outside the study this whole time, hasn't she? I'll need to have a little chat with her to move this little mansion project forward.
Please do.
There's a look of apprehension when the other woman enters the study. Dude, I bet you she's seen the ghost already. Yet, like a professional, I see the moment when she steels herself and masks her worry. Admirable.
We have this project, then?
Of course. Will you be needing anything from us?
Evil Outcast says, I could have that for my phone wallpaper. Damn, bro. I mean, maybe. Actually, that'd be a good prank. Like, you just leave your phone and somebody picks it up and sees that, and then they drop your phone. Shit. We wouldn't want somebody doing that, though.
Having the floor plans would be a great start, just so that I can look at them beforehand. And if you could tell me when you're available for a meeting so that I can include it in my calendar?
Oh, is a meeting really all that necessary, Marianne? I guess we can send Johans to help you out. You two can start by getting rid of this ugly painting.
Jesus Christ. A hush falls upon the room at my request.
What painting?
And lo and behold, the painting is gone. In its place, a mirror stands, which leaves me to look at my own confused expression.
Odd. Well, no matter. Back to the topic at hand. Marianne,
Dude, this girl just
dear,
glosses over
we are
this.
simply far too busy to meet up.
Or perhaps maybe I should question the need for a meeting or free up my schedule. You know what? It's 10:47. What do you say we make a quick save here? I'm going to save, and I think that's going to be it for tonight. You know what? Yeah. we'll leave it at that and then continue at a later date. I'm thinking that'll be the case. So, yeah, anyways, thank you so much for swinging by, guys. I know there weren't as many people in here today, but, you know, I deeply appreciate every single one of you guys. For those of you who are new to the channel and haven't seen my content until now, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Join the Chatterbox. Anyways, I'll be off now. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Bye for now. And remember, when all goes wrong in the night and everything's the matter, you'll be sure to hear of it from the Mad Chatter.